I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Yo! How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry. I was just taking a bite out of my food. I woke up a little late. I'm surprised I more or less made it on stream on time. I'm surprised YouTube processed the video as fast as it did. I swear to God, some days it just takes forever, and other days it just does it like that. And I didn't change anything at all. I don't change the editing. I don't change the style. I don't change any of the settings. Just some videos, it just goes smooth right through them. Kind of like prune juice through old people. And other times it's like backed up and it takes forever. Where I could be like, you know, up until 8 or 9 in the morning sometimes, like, oh my God, I'm just waiting for to make sure that this thing done processing, because I'd be really sad if I spend all the time on the video. Then it goes up in the morning, and then it's not high quality, just 480p, and it stays that way. That is the most tragic one. How y'all doing though? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We got more 5v5 1v1s over on the patch 9.2 PTR. Who do we got in the chat? Dude, it's my boy Ivali. How you boys all doing? Reaper, Yeti, Mikolai. We got ourselves Jen, or John. We got ourselves Mr. Yeti Joe. How you boys doing? Even Krem the Beautiful joined in. Joel, how you doing? Joel Walk, how you doing, my guy? Yeti, how you doing? Prune juice and vodka, bro. That's all I need. That's what I'm gonna be drinking when I'm old, man. Prune juice and vodka. That'll be like as Russian as it can get. You know what I mean? That'd be as Russian, as Soviet as it can get, bro. Oh my god, boys, we got more 5v5 1v1s over for the region of EU today, and tomorrow we'll have some more NA duels for the first time in a long while, since you know PTR is technically PTR is still up, but patch 9.2 is actually here. So like all the duels that we do, everything we do now on our mains, all of that will have an impact. So I'm very interested to see how the duels go today. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Anybody wondering what the first song was? Here we go. Here's the mix. How long does it take to edit a video? Depends on the video. So if it's a duels video, I mean, it's a lot of it is just a live stream highlight, basically. Just cut out the boring parts. So I do have to watch through the video and just remove the parts that I find kind of like Snorville or snore inspiring. Snorville sound. Using Snorville, what is this, 2003? What am I? Bro, sometimes I just like have random words just vomit out of my mouth. And I'm just like, why did I say that? My brain, dude, it just doesn't keep up. Mouth just decides to make decisions. I'm like, really? I have to reconsider it afterwards. No, yeah, let me get the music back up and running. It feels so weird talking to you guys without any tunes in the back. Is it just me, dude? I just want background music. Theme music to cover my life. That's what I need at this point, man. I was the kind of dude go with headphones everywhere, at least, especially in high school, man. You know, everybody had like those sweatshirts and you had like a wire feeding to your hand, so when you're just chilling there on the in the class, or like no headphones, you can't don't listen to music. You know, you feed a wire through here. You know, like, oh, you know, just resting my head while you listen to tunes. That's all I did, dude. That was me, man. That was me, bro. That was me. It was really bad. Well, I can't really go anywhere without music in the background, dude. I don't know. I always had a hard time with that as a kid. And every time I'm streaming, every time I'm working, I'm never in silence, man. Is that weird? Is that bad? I'm just afraid of silence at this point. Yo, we got more 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, boys! By the way. Yo, Arhim. Okay. Yo, EU, get in here, boys. All the European boys, all the Slavic boys, all of the German boys, UK boys, everybody in between. Swedes, Nords. Yo, let's get in here, dude. It's been a while, but we got some more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day. Actually, apparently there's a WoW update first, so let's get the update going, and then we can get in there. First update. Music is a must. Most of our background music to watch TV. Yeah, honestly. Well, to watch TV, well, first of all, you're watching TV. I guess I don't even watch TV anymore. I mean, Netflix. If you mean like Netflix is TV or like YouTube is TV, then I can feel ya. But if you mean like TV, oh, I don't know. I haven't watched TV in a while, man. What's the best going for an intro for it? Which class? What's up, Knife? How you doing? What Enhanced looking? Yo, Enhanced got options. You can play Necrolord with a fire build. You could play Night Fae for even more Ghost Wolves. Ghost Doggos. You could also play Venthyr for the Doom Winds and AoE. That's also still very effective. You could also play Kyrian to some extent. Kyrian actually has been pretty good for like bit of cleave. Bit of Vice or Frost DK Legendary. Yo, where's my man Chill Pills at? I think with Frost DK, it's a good idea to craft a Corsair's Ring. It's a good idea to craft maybe a Rage of Frozen Waste if you're looking for a dual wheel build. What else is good? Corsair's Frozen Waste. Biting Cold for AoE and Mythic Plus. It's hard to tell what's going to be the best leg right now, but I think I think your legendaries that are good now don't change in 9.2. Highly doubt it. How's Necro looking? Necro for enhancement? It actually could work out pretty well. It actually can work. That's the weird part. Ah! I'm loading into NA duels instead of EU. That's my fault. Hold on. We'll fix that. At least live servers actually load up quicker than PTR. Remember, PTR would always take forever to load. EU and NA on live a lot faster. So made an issue for ourselves. Fixing it right now. Hopping on EU. Wanted to say new to Outlaw Show, say Venti or Kyrian, love the videos. Yo, depends what you want to play. Play whatever you like right now. It doesn't really make a big difference. If you just want to get some renown for both of them, you could. I think Kyrian is like a good middle ground option, but Venti is really strong in single target. Like really bursty. It's insanely good in PvP too. I think I would like it if you want to have some PvP action. For sure, for sure. Kyrian is also really good. It's just a good middle ground. It's decent AoE, decent single target. Got pretty good damage. Venti and Kyrian, at least in rating, single target are very, very close to one another. It's just Kyrian has that AoE component where the Kyrian ability can cleave. Venti not so much. But if you really want to go big cleave, you play Necrolord. But it all depends, right? Mythic Plus is sometimes like, you know, will be capped on AoE as a spec. So if let's say you're going for big AoE pulls or you're doing Mythic Pluses, since we're capped, it might be better for us to just focus on single target. We are 5, everyone's ready. Yo, Pavak got a group. Let's go, boys. Pavak got a group. We can get a second one, yeah? How you doing? How you doing? Hope everybody's having a good one, boys. And we were able to sit in silence for hours, no problem. Really, Joel? You know what? I'm envious of that, man. I'm envious of that. I feel like I just fidget if I got no music, no nothing. And I don't know, man. I wish I had a calm demeanor like you, Joel. I'm not even kidding either. Like, I really do. I really do wish that. Yo, we just need a +1, one more group, and we're good to go 5 1v1s, boys. But yeah, I'll make guides on Outlaw Rogue once 9.2 comes around. I mean, I could go and make guides on Rogue stuff right now, but I feel like I should just wait. What the? Atho, stop! Atho, stop! It will rain. Cosmic Flux, come next week. Atho, please. Ultra Flux. What is this, Atho? Why? Why would you do this to yourself? He literally has 11,000 flux. Flux drops from everything and anything. Like, if you think this is a lot of flux, bro, wait until the seasonal stuff begins. Then flux is really gonna go up, man. Flux is gonna ooze out of every surface. Yo, Sentry and Pav are ready to go, boys! First 5v5 1v1 duels over of the region for NA. Pavak and Sentry. Yo, if you guys want to keep the same groups and swap them around for the bit of a ride, you guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want, but thank you so much for establishing 2 groups, Pav and Sentry. Appreciate you, boys. And we got Nami, yo. We're 3 groups, bro. Let's go. Yeah, this is gonna be so good. What's up with Majania, my man? I really want to see you try Elden Ring, bro. Dude, I want to play Elden. I have not. Should I buy Elden and play it like on Sunday? Like on. Should I? Bro, I don't know if I would play it on this channel. Maybe I'll play it on Twitch and have you guys join in if you guys want to. I think that'd be kind of fun. Maybe I could do that. Yo, I haven't watched anything on Elden Ring except for like whatever videos of people that try not to spoil it. That's the only videos that I watch. I'm not sure if I want to get the game or not. I'm not really a huge like Dark Souls gamer, to be honest. But I love the genre. I never actually played a Dark Souls game though. I love the genre more than anything, but I've never actually played one. Okay, Pavak Sentry, we're requeuing. By the way, I gotta make sure we get ourselves non-Toveron arenas. Non-Toveron gamers in here. Okay, boys? Yo, Pav and Sentry. Let me get you guys up and running here in a bit. No, for fuck's sake, man. How's that help? Atho. Oh my god. Bro. Do it on Twitch, man, so I can see you sub on Prime. No. Don't sell me on Prime. Please. Dude, I've been trying to get rid of my subscription thing on Twitch for so long. Like, I've been actually like breaking rules on Twitch on purpose just so they can remove my affiliate. I just don't want it. I don't think they really care though. They really will just. Everybody's. I know that some people have said before, like, man, Twitch is really like, I don't know what's the word. What's the best word here to use? Really strict with some of the rules. And sometimes unfair. It seems like they treat some streamers better than others. Maybe the size is what really matters to them. You know? It's not the first time. But I decided, like, you know what? I really want to get rid of my affiliate because I thought maybe I should stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, like for Duels, for example. And I was trying to get rid of it because there's technically a clause like, oh, when you stream on Twitch for 24 hours, your footage is ours. And I'm like, but if I stream it on YouTube, what are you gonna do? And they never did anything to me. Like, I tried to make rules on Twitch for a bit and they just don't take it away. I even messaged them like, hey, I broke the rules. Can you remove my affiliate? I literally contacted support. They ignored me. They ignored the question. They responded back to me, but they ignored my question completely. It's actually weird. Bro, do I have like a Twitch immunity? Or did they just not understand what I was trying to tell them when I said I broke the rules? I said, I literally broke your rules. Please, like, do something. Ban me. Anything. Weird. So Twitch. Got us a team 1 with Sojiro gonna be first up as a Fury Warrior immediately getting disarmed by Fastest, playing out that assassination. Yo, did you guys see Assassination Burst in 9-2 in a recent video? These guys are looking insane. I wonder what Fastest is playing for the Covenant. Most likely Necro Road. I believe it's going to be Sojiro dropping down the health quite a bit. Getting shot by Fastest with a Vendetta. Does Sojiro go for defensive? It's going to be no trigger, but Enrage Regeneration will be enough to keep him alive. Evasion on a Fastest. Trying to deny Sojiro any kind of healing. Going to be that Fury to lock the rogue down and CC for a second. Quick blind Sojiro choosing to trigger the last second. Fastest does go for a vanish. He's keeping up with him with a Blade Storm. Going to be that Slime Shield covering Fastest, so he should be able to escape out of here. Flash Scout while Sojiro is running places somehow. I'm surprised he gets sapped. I guess it is like a moving Fleshcraft, not a CC immunity Fleshcraft. So for Fastest, I guess it is a way to interrupt the Fleshcraft. In a way. Gonna be Zerkers out of Sojiro at the last few seconds of that sap in case he might be able to get the rogue out. Fastest with yet another disarm. It's going to be the rogue taking a bit of damage though as Sojiro. Once he gets his weapons back, it should be quite a lot of damage for him. Going to be a big wreck right now. Full Branner. That's going to be Fastest without a defense and trying to shut us up the warrior. But look, oh my god. I was expecting a big execute, but it's just a straight up whirlwind at the end. Taking him out with Kiosko up next as Kiosko sending in the pet Sojiro immediately. Going to be Reflect for Sojiro in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him, but instead it's going to be a stun. Flank strike by Kiosko doing quite a number on Sojiro. Going to be that freezing trap to fall, and now that he knows there's no more Reflect, and it's going to be a quick manic better just Kiosko looking to recover. Sojiro needs to find a way just to either continuously hit the pet or the hunter in order to recover health. Does get Enrage Regeneration back up, so that cooldown is rolling back in, so it's going to give him a little bit of that survivability, damage reduction plus the healing. Going to be able to almost avoid the steel trap Blade Storming to free himself. And Kiosko likely already has a freezing trap set up. Sojiro, does he go for Reflect early? Looks like he doesn't want to burn it. He's being extra careful. A trap around the corner. Sojiro has no idea if that's a freezing trap or a steel trap. Does pop Reflect, but it's going to be a charge trap waiting for him. So next time Kiosko with a freezing trap could set up CC on Sojiro. Does get the skill shots back to back, pressuring the warrior. Quick fear by the warrior though. It's going to be attacking Kiosko to get some healing. Manic bandages as Kiosko looking for that recovery. Kiosko at this point should be getting a stun sometime soon. Another steel trap to separate the two. Kiosko getting those proc of lucky kill shots back to back. Doing a number to this warrior, putting in the pressure trick out of that stun. Sojiro use Reflect already, needs to get himself a little bit more healing to survive this. He's getting whatever healing he can off of that pet as he's getting himself a full flesh cuff back up, so it's going to give him a little bit of that survivability here. That extra health will give him quite a bit to work with. Good big leap onto Kiosko as he tries to camo out of there. And Kiosko has interrupted freezing trap. Yes, steel trap down. Sojiro probably knows that it's going to be steel trap. Blade Stormer towards Kiosko. Any traps, he's going to be able to immune them. And you should know there's only freezing trap waiting for Kiosko. Next he sees most likely going to be freezing. Better area of effect for it. Kiosko getting those procs. Leap for the warrior. Does get on top of Kiosko with a banner to follow. There's going to be a freezing trap stopping him. If only he had a Reflect. There's only way you do it. The only way you deal with that Reflect there, with that trap, is if you randomly Reflect and just hope for the best. Big leap. Dude connects back with Kiosko. Next up with a hunter. Should give him enough survivability here. Does get a slow into Sojiro. And also a steel trap as Sojiro does lose the banner, but Enrage Regeneration's back up for this warrior. He has a way to survive this next go. Some Sojiro does go for Enrage Regeneration, does not want to play with his own health bar at all. Kiosko leaping away, but the root, that's going to be a charge, rooting him in place, keeping him in place. And Kiosko looking to get away completely as the warrior's put back on ice. It's just Kioska's cooldowns too, so he's like, you know what? Even though I got cooldowns rolling and ready, I got damage. But I better get out of there, recover a little bit. So Zero needs to find the pet or the hunter and start regenerating health from him as soon as possible. Steel Trap is going to stop him as he does burn reflect a little early. So Kioska is now going to have the full control of the warrior, does interrupt any kind of healing. And so Zero is finally going to be able to get in the face of this hunter. Finally able to press Bloodthirst just to get a bit of healing. There goes the wreck, could be pretty big. Feign death for Kioska. Does Zero finish him here? Kioska does have a turtle as well as acceleration. Might want to start burning those things out before... At least acceleration before dampening rolls in. Next stun on Sejuro could be really deadly. Does have a chicken back up, so at least he's able to get out of the stun. Does get himself back-to-back crushing blows to charge back towards Kioska. Gonna be a fear on the pet and the hunter. Sejuro does not have a lot of health to work with. Does get himself in a huge heal afterwards. Blazestorm to follow. Kioska forced to jump into Turtle Shell with a manic bandage. Sejuro goes behind the pillar, catching up a little bit on the flesh cap, and at least has the pet to generate some health from. Gotta be Kioska poking around the corner, flaking, strike, but available potential, flake shot rather, and does have himself procs for kill shots. Back to back versus Sejuro, just needs enough of those to happen in order to really take the warrior down. But in Rage Regen is letting Sejuro survive this before a stun comes down. So Kioska, if he can set something up, but that's gonna be a warrior with a banner rampaging through the arena. You don't want to mess with it right now. Sejuro, just careful of any kind of freezing traps. He wants to make sure he doesn't get hit. Gonna be a leap around the corner, stone Sejuro trinkets out of it. Unless he has reflect here. Oh no, freezing trap does separate the two. Sejuro put back on ice to cool off on that side of the arena. As Kioska looking to recover quite a bit. Sejuro with a first aid immediately as the dampen rolls in. Charge towards Kioska. Reflect up really early, but the steel trap separates those two. So now Kioska is aware that you just reflected. He doesn't have anything for a freezing trap. I can control this warrior for a little bit longer. Next stun by Kioska could be really bad for Sejuro, but Sejuro got himself wrecked. That's going to be that chimeric poison coursing through his veins, reducing the healing and the damage to Sejuro for a bit, but he can't even connect to the hunter anyway. So it's not like it matters. Using whatever wreck he has in order to maybe get some damage towards that pet. Trying to go for a bit of reflect. Definitely not going to be a freezing trap anytime soon. Blaze up to follow as Sejuro trying to keep himself immune from any slows. Steel trap around the corner. And Sejuro does convert a lot of that rage into ignore pain, reducing some of the damage he's taking, offsetting into this rage-filled shield. Manic bandage out by Kioska. Sejuro at no health whatsoever, does have Rage Regen, but only if he survives the 20% damage reduction, does get a heal off of the pet, needs himself yet another heal in order to survive this though, does get himself yet another heal, he needs even more healing right now, as much healing as possible, fear onto Kioska. Sejuro backing up out of there, trying to go for first aid, but the dots are going to keep ticking on him. Kill shots are just puncturing right through this warrior's armor. Kioska does end up taking him out, diving into camo immediately before he engages with the next competitor. And it's going to be Neophyte. I haven't seen Neophyte in a while, but Windwalker still playing Necrolord. I do wonder, because the Guildium Mind said, at least for PvE purposes, that Necrolord Monk is dead. Chat, is Necrolord Monk dead? Like, is he serious? Or is it just an overreaction? That's what I want to know. Because you know how things go. Somebody gets nerfed, it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. You know how it is sometimes. Oh, my class got nerfed slightly, end of the world, unplayable, but then it's like, in the end, it's still got numbers behind it. Neophyte getting blasted out by those kill shots. Kioska trying to make sure he's cutting him quite a bit. That Chimeric is going to be coursing through Neophyte's veins. That's going to be reducing the damage he does, as well as the healing he can do to himself. Kioska still taking a bit of a beating, though, as Neophyte goes up in the air with that whirling Dragon Punch. Zoen still on Kioska. Looks like Kioska just trying to see if he might be able to lay a bunch of traps for Neophyte to get him out of there. Verifies on Neophyte, decides he's going to back up for a second, trying to flesh cut, could be an intro by Kioska, does land it, burning through whatever that flesh cut was building up with a single kill shot, freezing trap onto Neophyte. As Kioska going for that manic bandage. Neophyte still holding on to defensive. He got himself Karma, he got himself Diffuse Magic, so he at least has himself plenty of ways to deal with the damage from Kioska, since quite a bit of Kioska's damage is actually magical. Ring of Peace booping about while he's a turtle, unable to go anywhere, so Neophyte does disrupt some of that movement. Reconnects back with a hunter immediately. Lexup to follow him. Kioska is going to take big BDB unless he can disengage. Does get away from Neophyte. Neophyte is super low. It's going to be a grenade. Fist of Fury for the pet. Trying to heal. Oh, but the pet's turning around onto Kioska. Kioska thought he had Neophyte. He had his pet over there. But Neophyte had two of the Storm, Earth, and Fire images on him. And those things did enough damage to finish him off. With Silent gonna be up next as a Demonology Warlock, also a Necrolord, as Neophyte does end up claiming a kill versus Kioska. I didn't even realize, I also thought Neophyte was gonna die. I thought like, oh, his health is low. But look what he's doing again. He's also setting images back and silent and just making him spin. Just letting him get whatever damage procs, working down the Fleshcraft shield, and I think was able to, unless, oh, I guess maybe he was able to work down the Fleshcraft shield the whole time. I guess there's that. Neofit is going to be chilling behind the pillar. Does have Karma coming back very, very soon. No images for a while with Storm Earth and Fire. Zuen is available very, very soon. And Salim is actually going to get a jab onto the pet. I wonder if he's going to try to focus down the Felguard. Going to be a trinket for Silent. Get him up, pets out. Neofit getting hit with a stun. There's going to be a second stun as to try to get a Tyrant while Wall is up. Neofit with a diffused magic. Trying to reduce as much of the magic damage he's taking, but also ports away from the Tyrant, so he's not really afraid of the Tyrant right now. But as the Fuse Magic's down, definitely should get an interrupt on Tyrant. Looks like he was able to spear him, Spearhand Strike to jab him out. But the Pets is still rampaging right through him. Karma reversing damage back into Silent. But Silent has himself big... oh, wait a second. Next, Demon Bolt could be massive. Silent has himself huge setup. Flesh cut up right now. Does Silent get you interrupted? Interrupt with the Demon Bolt 1, Demon Bolt 2. Next one is going to be dead. I think the Pets just got him. And cap onto the outside Pet. Kevin, oh, Kevin Slime just spat on him from the side. Oh no, Kevin. But Alexia from one monkey to the next. Silent is just gonna get blasted out with that BDB. Has support ready, trying to get a slow versus Duel. Wait, what is his name? Duel, I don't know what that is. But Duel, we'll call him Duel maybe? No, Duel. Duel gonna be next with a quick touch of death. Didn't even give the Warlock, the monk, an opportunity to recover at all. What's your Mog looking like? Oh, you got that, oh, never mind. It looked like he had the rogue set. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool Mog. Wait, it's actually kind of unique looking. The shoulders, the helm, the carrion parts. That actually looks kind of good. What the... Interesting. Ursol's to keep him in place as Alonia is still playing that Necrolord and Duel is just melting to the dots. In cap, he's just trying to see if he can get by. Alonia is still melting to those dots. Even went for 4 brew, but his health is still in jeopardy. Karma might have to come out a lot earlier against the Feral Druid, trying to see if he can Fist of Fury to parry up a lot of the damage. Alonia is setting up the bleeds. As soon as that Karma is over, Duel goes back to taking a ton of damage. Unless he has another way to deal with it, Diffuse Magic ain't gonna stop this bleeds though. And Alonia trying to keep the pressure rolling. Thorns is up, so Duel at least has Diffuse Magic for it. Big BDB down. Duel better get himself as much self-healing as possible. Going to be Flesh Cut Skull Bash by Alonia. And Nate's trying to reverse some damage back to Alonia. No more wall for the Feral. Fist of Fury looking. Oh! Fist of Fury locked him down with a Whirling Dragon Punch, giving him just enough damage inside of the BDB to make the damage work. And Lati Mudan. Lottie? Is that what we call you? Getting hit with a disarm, hand of freedom available. Shield of Innocence up, trinkets out of that in-cap stun as he's just not dealing with Duel at all. Lottie taking him out pretty quickly. Archie rolling in as a Necrolord. Necrolord works really well with double Lego, so I wonder how Archie does. Without it, oh, big zaps immediately. Bop! Oh, Lottie, my guy! Oh my goodness, Ellie Blast just absolutely decimated him. At least he got himself as much survivability as he can. Definitely needs more Word of Glories. Eye for an eye, maybe a little late. Still surviving somehow. But Larky, next lap. Oh no, that Ellie Blast. My goodness. I appreciate the bravado, but damn. Yo, Monks are doing pretty good so far, I can see. I mean, Duel did pretty good there, didn't he? That was a nice lockdown with the Fist of Fury, Whirling Dragon Punch. Not bad at all. Yo, boys, let's get another group up and running. Yeah, let's get another group going, boys. Let's get another one going. We got Nemi with a group. I think Team Sentry won, so maybe we should do Sentry versus Nemi and then get Pav versus Nemi. I think that's how we want to do it. Yo, Nemi, Sentry, let me know when you guys are ready. We'll try to give you guys a bit of variety. Try to make sure you're facing against different teams. Ahoy there, what's up, Stitch? My man. Duel Boy, what's up, Holy Moly? Is that his name, Duel Boy? I didn't realize. Man, that's cheesy. Yeah, Bamela. Pure Elixir Just Night 2? Yeah, you should see him with double Legos. Imagine when you can spear somebody while also rampaging on them. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be really, really good. Hey, Dal, how we doing today? Hit those duels. What's up, Celtic? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. I just was in a group. I don't know dude with you before me. I was just in this group. I didn't know that dude with you before me. Wait, so Nemi was part of one of the groups that played, I guess, yeah? Is that what you're saying? I thought you were lead of a group, but either way, Pav, let me know when you're ready then. Opponent, living with a sliver of health. Kevin, I spat on you. True. Dude, well, how about you? They're pretty good. So Monk or Sham? Wow, Shamans are looking pretty good, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, play whatever you like in the end, but Shaman's looking pretty good. Holy что, не играешь? Holy? Yeah, where's Holy at? All dead, by the way, we're 2 out of 5 and no one joins. Really? Ali dead? Well, actually, PAV has an alliance group. PAV group is alliance group, so actually they have an alliance team. Yo, unless the group just left, unless the group just fell apart, we'll see. I do need to go and update a lot of the audio. Hold on, can I? PAV is ready to go with a 5-man. Look, I want to try this. I want to try doing this. I want to try going and deleting all of the duels audio. But I don't think we need any more of it at all. I don't think we need any of it anymore. So can I do it now so I can restart the duels completely? Because we have a lot of EU and a lot of NA duels, but since it's a new season, I want to see if I can delete them, clear the full list. I probably should have done it before the stream though, right? For PvE, send Rose to Venti or Code Nightfay. I think Nightfay is looking really good for assassination. For subtlety, I think it's still Venti or Kyrian. For outlaw, Venti or Kyrian, Necrolord, depending if you're single target or AoE. I believe. I could be wrong. Will be the first time, but I believe that's what it is. All right, deleting right now on stream 1,167 files of audio recording. It'll take roughly 20 seconds. So if you guys don't mind waiting 20, so we can start a whole new. It's just gonna be easier for me to get the audio rolling, so I don't have to like EUS name them all EUSL number 325 and keep up numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, give it a level squish. Give it an addon level squish. Then Kyrian and Simon a little higher on this. Yeah, it's really up to you though what you want to play. They're all pretty close though. Or getting pretty close, honestly. Demon Hunter Warlock was insane. Demon Warlock? Yeah, Demon Warlock is really good. A lot of files there. Yeah, we deal with a lot of files on this channel. We got a lot of files. This is why I have an external hard drive. Honestly, I need like a bigger one. I need like a 10 terabyte one, honestly. It's expensive as hell, but honestly, it might not be a bad idea. You know what I mean? Honestly, it might not be a bad idea. Holy moly, join in, definitely join in. What's going on with the Holy Frost? I mean, their tiers will look good. The double Legos, I feel like it's not giving much of a variety. I think Necrolord is still going to be the go-to for PvP. Even though I would love for them to get variety, but I think they're still stuck with Necrolord, which is still going to get stronger, right? It's still going to get better. The legends don't really change that much, from what I remember. EUSL1. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Let's get the boys back in here. I did random arenas. It's okay. I highly doubt it'll be a Toveron. Yeah, it'll be Blade's Edge or something. I'm not gonna randomize arenas. I feel like it's a bad idea. We're just gonna make them specific. I think it's a better way of going about it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, let me find the new song, man, because that song is a bop. Can you just go play the new song first? Because this song is a bit of a bop. Oh, Darly! Oh, Darly. How you doing, fam? Twitch. Yo, Seamark, how you doing, my guy? Yo, we got Team 1 together with Alone. He has a Feral Druid. Popped off last arena, was like a still Necrolord. We got Darly sticking to those Frost Mage plays. Oh, double Legos are going to be so good for mages, man. I'm so excited for them. Kiosko's a survival hunter, popped off last arena. We got ourselves Lottie. I'm not sure what to call your name. I'm Lottie. And we got Silent as a demonology warlock with Team 2 together with GeForce. Oh, I like your helm. Oh, it looks so good. Dude, they got to add like a fiery effect inside of that helm. Kind of like how the warrior plate classes have it. We got ourselves called Drogo in the back, Archie as an enhancement, with Duel going to be first up. It's Jura in the back as a Fury. Duel kind of chilling down on the other side. The first up is going to be Darly, Frost Mage, the class with the most amount of slows, versus Monk, which is arguably one of the most mobile classes in the game. Except maybe Demon Hunter, and maybe a Feral Druid, because of constant power shifting just gets him out of slows. But either way, Blizzard tried his set up by Darly. Gonna be quick and capped by the Monk with BDB versus Darly. Does he go for a trinket? I think he can. I think he decides to take the damage. Gonna be an Ice Block. I see a big burst out of Duel. But Duel doesn't even use Zewen. So Darly, at least he is playing Frostmage, so he does have double Ice Block. Is landing the Polymorph with the Mirrors of Torment versus Duel. Dropping down the Frozen Orb. Gonna be a big floor for the Monk. And Darley is hoping to get up in melee with Duel, dropping down Blizzard to slow him down, trying to see if he can get an angle. He needs to get that angle so he might be able to get those flurries, ice lances, whatever instant cast proc is going to be the boopity bop. Ring of Peace, knocking him out. And Darley's going to have to take a little bit of time to get some burst rolling. So it looks like Darley is potentially playing Icy Veins, if not, or is he playing Ice Form? What, are you Icy Veins right now, Darley? Or your Ice Form? Trying to land a poly onto Duel, does land it. And Duel just gotta wait until the next big BDB, so you might be able to have quite a bit of burst. Will not have as a one this time around. Gonna be images up really early. Darley is gonna go for as many procs as he can versus Duel. Try to keep him slow, try to keep him at bay. Gonna be that BDB again. Darley trinkets out of it with a shimmer away. As Duel try to close that gap. Nova is gonna stop him in place. Gonna be some freebie frostbolts with a ring of feet, with a ring of, not a ring of peace. Not a Ring of Frost, Frozen Orb, which actually did get nerfed for PvE purposes. Why was it nerfed? Gonna be actually quite a bit of damage for Duel. Does interrupt domination. Gonna be some frostbolts for Darley. As he did himself, I believe, alter time, trying to see if he could frostbolt down Duel as best as he can. Needs to make sure there's blizzards around the corner. Dude, Blizzard nerfing the damage and the effectiveness of Blizzard, as well as Frozen Orb for the PvE reasonings. I think it's going to end up kind of sort of hurting. Actually, it's definitely going to end up hurting Frost Mages within PvP because they do end up Frozen Orbing and Blizzarding quite a bit. Especially when it can hit multiple enemies. Duel trying to go for Big Fist of Fury. Rooting Darley in place. Going to be Dora Shadows to get away. As Darley going in for as many procs as possible. Ice Lance and a Duel back to back. So he's playing like a really proc-based build for a mage. He's playing like a very Ice Lance heavy, flurry heavy build. With a lot of procs, not going for the big frostbolts, but rather trying to build up procs of flurries and ice lances and trying to make the most damage happen from that. Gonna be Lexio for Darley. Could go for an Ice Buck if he needs to. Does have it ready in case things go bad. Looks like he's gonna take a bit of damage, but he's gonna absorb a lot of the damage into the triple shield. Trying to get a frostbolt as well. Looks like trying to land a poly, gonna be in cap. And Darley is gonna have to go for an Ice Buck as Zuen is clawing at him. That's gonna be a tough one here. But eventually I think the mage could get himself enough setup in order to defeat a monk, though monks in duels are just kind of nuts. Especially as a Necrolord with the birds that you got. Big flurry onto Duel. Is he getting hit with the Ice Lances. And Darley, with the alter time, is going to be able to recuperate a lot of his health back. As he gets an angle onto Duel. Trying to see if he can ring a piece. And not going to happen. Duel is just out in the open with a Nova. Darley could potentially maybe make some damage happen. I think Duel is trying to get interrupted. In Capital Darley. Does Duel have a Fleshcraft? That's my question right now. The monk tried to see if he could bail out of there. Darley getting quite a bit of procs. Duel actually taking a bit of damage from those procs. And the monk needs to go and hurry up and heal as best as possible. Blizzard and Frozen Orb are doing damage to him. Lots of procs for Darley. Actually doing quite a bit of damage right now. Gonna be the big fortified brew. And Darley wants to make sure he gets himself yet another Blizzard around the corner. Gonna be another Ice of it. So if anything, he gets himself lots of haste. Interrupt him on that shadow. Trying to make sure he doesn't get interrupted by Duel. That's gonna be potentially in cap or other abilities. Trying to see if he maybe can set up a full Mirrors of Torment, but the next go by Duel could be really huge. It's going to be a trinket, missing that BDB versus the mage, but it's still going to be Big Fist if you're locking him down. Darley does have all the time in case he dips really low. It's going to be able to regenerate quite a bit of that health back, and does give himself triple shield in order to keep himself alive. Trying to let a poly onto Duel, does get interrupted on it, and Darley get hit with a touch of death. Super unfortunate. I think he did the very best he could. It is as much burst damage as you can. I feel like you have to play for like a big one-shotty burst with that Kyrian if you really want to be able to maybe potentially get like a big go, because you need just a chance. But playing for the Venthyr, I feel like in a real arena like 2v2 or 3v3 where you can have an ally peeling for you, I feel like that could actually work. Alonia trying to get the dots rolling. Duel hit him with a Fist of Fury. Gonna be Shackles. Oh yeah, Shackles is still a thing. On PTR, nobody ever got to use Shackles since that trinket has basically got rotated out completely. But right now in the off-season, Shackles is still as a trinket, so Duel did have a lot of his healing necrotic out. Another stone onto Duel, does trinket out with an in-cap BDB set up onto Alonia. Does he go for a trinket? The Feral only burning a Barkskin, hoping that will be enough. Duel rotting down with a Fist of Fury. Even though BDB got nerfed, he's still doing quite a bit of damage. Whirling Dragon Punch making a number. Alonia's self-healing got nerfed in this patch, so yeah, I think he's actually feeling it. Wall is up in Bear Form, I think burning a second. Friends and Region back-to-back. Bash on the Duel, trying to go for Cyclone. Duel does not have a way to get out of it. Although he was next to Alonia, if only he was literally right in melee range for that interrupt. I think he could have actually interrupted that Cyclone. Being an Orc, he doesn't sit stuns long at all. Alonia back in cat form, no defensive available. Let's think a Barks coming up very soon. It looks like Duel is just going to go for a bunch of Vivify. Alonia better be careful. In cap by the monk as he's backing up out of there, looking for a bit of a reset. And Alonia is going to get booped off the side. Flesh kept off for Duel. Oh, that is actually a really nice boop. Very, very effective. Very effective. As Duel getting hit with a maim, Alonia trying to get some big bleeds in there. Is that going to be massive rotting bleed damage on Duel? Looks like the Feral looking to back up out of the Duel. Has himself a big BDB. Does he have a Karma? I think he's trying to get interrupted on nature. He might just need a Karma versus Alonia. He has a BDB down. It looks like the monk is actually going to bail out of the complete. It looks like the bleeds are really rotting him down. Looks like that healing survivability from monk there is actually putting him behind right now. As Duel trying to catch up with as much healing as he can. Gonna be a quick stun on Alonia as the monk trying to see if he can drag and kick out of there. Fist of Fury locking down the Feral as he goes in for a flash count. Knows he's gonna get interrupted, but just wanted to stop the Fist of Fury as best as he could. Skull bash him, but they didn't touch him. It looks like Duel is gonna get rotted down by the Feral Druid. Does end up taking him out with G-Funk up next. We're hitting that 7-minute mark, boys. 12% dampener with this one. A G-Funk setting up traps for the Feral Druid, setting up flares. Alonia does end up sneaking past all of it. Getting an opener onto G-Funk, who is playing Necrolord. Quick Feint Death is trying to go for Scarab. Is going to be an interrupt. Maybe G-Funk has another Flesh Cut available. Does activate full burst. Going to be Flank Strike, almost like juking out Alonia. Alonia without a trinket, actually Barkson is the only thing to have. Big chakram damage, does have the chakram explosion, so he's not playing defensive at all. He's actually playing all damage with a chakram explosion. But G-Funk is rotting down. He needs to find a way to clear this bleeds. Manic Advantage, he's not playing that Feint Death legendary, so he's actually quite susceptible to damage. Gonna be that trinket. G-Funk is putting himself out in the open, making himself quite vulnerable in this duel. Tossing out nades, lobbing him at Alonia as they go for a Tiger's Fury, trying to just get as much damage, as much bleeds into G-Funk as they go for Feint Death. Shackle's Malediction. Alonia does have a Shadow Mill for its sound. Back to G-Funk. Oh, Eternal Shelter, the bleeds, I think got him. Does remove the bleeds, but the dots, Moonfire is still rotting him all. Oh my goodness. No way. Arky trying to see if he might be able to AoE Alonia out. As we head into that 8-minute marker. Alonia looking for a complete reset. As Arky picks up the eyes, there's no way this Shaman is not going to be able to get this Feral out. Ghost Rules charging in immediately. Alonia with a Bark Skin and Wall immediately. Going to be the Primordial getting set up. Big Lightning Bolt out of Arky. As a wall comes down right before that Ellie Blast connects, going to be a stun maim onto Arky. She uses a trinket as he decides, you know what, I need to get myself as much healing and survivability. This is a Feral just popping off everything. Shackle's Malediction. Arky trying to run in the other direction, break the chain, but the chain has quite a bit of range to it. As Alonia goes in for a couple of regrowths, Arky get it back in the Cyclone, potentially going to be grounding. No, actually just letting it happen. He knows there's a Flesh Cuffed up next. And I guess he was like, you know what? Maybe interrupting Alonia on nature and letting him Flesh Count while you could at least like start damaging Flesh Count might not be the worst idea. Gonna be the Ursal's keeping the Shaman in place. Does get himself heals in between, but not using that full Maelstrom. He needs to make sure he's using heals at 5 Maelstrom. He does still get faster cast. Tried to Hex Alonia, but he knows it ain't happening. He knows it ain't happening. This is gonna be Flesh Count as the Feral walks away from Shaman just for a second. Gonna be a potentially Grounding Totem. Grounding Totem was used by Arhi. Alonia super low in health. Does it go down? Looks like what the? Wait, the Cyclone didn't work? Wait, did Grounding absorb 2 Cyclones? What happened? Huh? Was he DR'd? I feel like he should have got CC'd. Crazy. Huh. As Arky looking for a bit of a reset, Silent get himself a full Flesh Cap. Looks like it's going to be immediate opener with curses onto Arky. It's just spinning to win, summoning Vile Fiend. As Silent looking to get some big damage onto Arky, going to be a stun, most like a second stun to follow. Arky's out in the open with a wall. Tyrant looking to blast him, trying to create some line of sight from all those beds. Silent chasing after him. It needs to make sure that they get the full Necrolord burst. That's going to be a Mortal Coil, Decimated Bolt, line of sight is established. Needs to go for big instant cast, trying to get more hand to cooldowns. Arky could be in real big trouble, potentially big damage to Arky. Sunder back into Silent. Needs to make sure that he uses Ground Totem at the right time or has some sort of defensive. Ghost was a backup, so at least he can get Maelstrom rolling. And it's going to get the Wolfies back in there. Silent with that wall. Now with a wall. It looked like they had popped a wall earlier, but instead they were just purple. Got all Void Elfie. But should be able to get quite a bit of damage towards Arky. And Arky's still under a ton of pressure from all those beds. Silent does get this line of sight, decimating bolts, but looks like the bolts, the demon bolts, are not doing nearly as much damage as they could be. Those are not the empowered ones. Drained life real quick for Silent, just to recover a bit of health. Stun Totem coming down for Arky. Poured out for the Warlock, getting away from him. So Arky has to go charging back up the pillar. And Silent just waited until they have big CC again. Mortar Coil, stuns, they need as many of those as possible. Grounding Totem getting taken out by Silent. Quick entry up by Archie though. And Archie no longer with the trick. So Silent, if he can control him somehow, this would be perfect. Sunder onto the Warlock. Does get to bail out of there. There's going to be Dark Pack giving him quite a beefy shield. But Lightning Bolt's burning right through him. Trying to drain life through Archie as best as possible. Wildcat stunned. Ellie Blast dunking on him. Taking him out. Oh my goodness. That was such a clutch back and forth between the two. Just an absolute rampage out of those two. Lottie up next with a full wings. I think just burned a Hodge into a grounding totem. Gonna be a final wreck. Archie's under a ton of pressure. Does have a wall for this. Does have a bit of mana. But a 41% dampener. That healing is gonna be quite heavily reduced. And Lottie just looking to burst him down with full wings. As Archie bailing out of there. You got grounding for the next Hodge. If you can set another one up, he'll be in a great spot. Lottie dropping down. It's going to be Archie chasing after him. As Lottie backing up out of there, this Paladin is walking in with full immunities available. Well, really one against Shaman. Like Bop is not going to do nothing. Especially with this man playing LE Blast and Lightning Bolt build. Going to be a big primordial. As he sends the lightning, going to be a bubble right before the lightning connects. And Archie looking to supercharge himself, getting some cooldown reduction. Which is going to be quite massive, especially for those defenses. Lottie does go for another Hodge again, but the grounding comes out. Archie with them clutch groundings. Frost shock onto Lottie, who no longer has a hand of freedom. Until now. Just try to keep him CC, try to keep him controlled as best as he can. And Lottie trying to build up as many resources as he possibly can. Does get himself the big Kyrian burst. Final wreck, potentially big damage versus Archie. Looks like Lottie might need a bit of healing though. Looks like he's trying to stay kind of aggressive. The healing is reduced heavily with 47% dampening. Big lightning bolts to come out by Archie. Bop ain't stopping you. And Bop, as he zaps him down, with Kiosk gonna be up next. Sending in the pets versus Archie immediately, but Archie has walled back up. If Archie pre-walls this burst out of Kiosko at the right time, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Looks like the Hunter's having a hard time chasing after this wolf. Stun onto Archie. Did not pre-wall this burst. Has a trinket in case he needs to wall up right now. Needs to make sure he's getting Maelstrom. Get himself a big cooldown reduction, but needs himself more healing. Does get the Earth Elemental for extra health to bolster himself. Trying to get heals in between, but no Maelstrom in order to amp this up even more. Ghost is available very soon. Trying to land inside the Hunter as best as possible. Gonna be harpoon around the corner. Fleshcraft is desperation. As Kioska tries to interrupt it, Archie cancels it. But Kioska does end up taking him out. When you caught that low, the Hunter is just gonna end up taking you out. With Khal Drogo up next, picking up the eye. That's what I really hate about the eyes. Like, he knows that he's like, wait, I picked up the eye. Like, in his mind, is like, I definitely picked up the eye. Like, why am I not seeing this guy? Or maybe a trap tripped and Kioska got put on a camo. I hate it when you walk by those things and then nothing. You gotta like walk, stand next to them for a second. I feel like they should be more responsive. But also, when you walk by them accidentally and you like touch them and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to touch it. Like when you want to pick up the eye deliberately, it just doesn't give you the buff. When you don't want to and you graze it accidentally, it always gives you the buff. Ever notice that? Khal Drogo doing a bit of damage towards Kioska. Kioska going for a feign death for a second. Khal Drogo taking a bit of damage of his own. No more karma as he's rotating every defensive. It's going to be 4 brood together with a diffused magic. Kioska still has him on the ropes. I think it could still be into Khal Drogo. Does go for a port. But he ports into heaven. As Sajiro charging out, trying to land the big executor Kioska. There's no way the Survival Hunter is escaping. As Sajiro slamming down the big hammers on his head. Yo, with Archie, 3 kills in a row. Lots of healing, man. This is Shaman healing got nerfed, by the way, chat. Yeah, it got nerfed. Yeah, 9% nerf to healing surge. Yeah, that's gonna do the trick. That's gonna do work. My God, I don't know if they were trying to nerf it. I think they were just trying to make sure it doesn't get stronger than it is now. Not like they're nerfing it. They're just trying to make sure it's not completely busted. You know, they're taking the word completely out of busted, but just keeping the potentially busted part. I kind of like the Shaman can heal for a lot though, but I'm weird like that. Anyway, let's get another open running, boys. Yeah, let's get another open running, boys. Sentry, Pat, let me know. So easy, yeah. Żarty się krowi. Yeah, Arki, будет еще много крови. Нам апнули от heal 41%, потом нерв на 9, да, нерв на 9 тоже. Need two people to search 5 custom to find a group. Yeah, if you boys want to join for 5 duels, let me list it. Let me post how you join the duels. I should have done it at the start of the stream, shouldn't I? Here we go. Oh. Wait, here we go. Nice. Nice. If you guys want to switch up the teams and get a bit of variety in there, more than welcome to, man. You guys are more than welcome to. Yo, I'm having fun with these duels, man. This doesn't feel super different yet. But dude, this is gonna get so much kicked up once it gets to tier sets and whatnot. Once everybody starts getting the tier sets and everything, it's gonna be nuts. Alright, let's switch up the arenas a little bit. I wanna do this one. Yeah, we gotta go specific arenas. I just want to avoid Toveron arena if I can. We gotta do all the fun, all the good arenas that I enjoy watching. All of the good ones, like Black Cold is one of my favorites. Monkov, по нерфили я плачу. Жаль, это будет нормально. Монкс будет нормально. Нужно больше гир. Нужно больше гир, тогда они будут, как его, играть нормально. And будет нормально. John says, the nerf monks, I'm sad, I'm crying. I tell them, they're gonna be fine when they get a little bit of gear. Like, monks are actually pretty nuts too. Like, they got quite a bit of a bite. You know? Хорошо понимаю русский. Я родился в России, я жил в России, но живу в Америке сейчас. Но я забываю русский чуть-чуть, но пытаюсь говорить по-русскому с слабыми в чате. Потому что не все в чате русские, но что, здесь все как его, из России и других стран, как его, around Russia. I can't say that around Russia. But basically it was like, yo, you understand Russian so well? I said, yo, we got Slavs in here. And I try to speak it whenever I can with Slavs, my mother tongue, or Russian. I think I saved that. God bless. If I didn't save, I'll be so sad. Switch. Yo, what the? Why are you guys sending Duel? I mean, I don't mind Duel. Like, I like this guy. I like Smog a lot. But you guys are sending a monk back in there? Facile. Gonna be first up over for the Team 1 of Team 1 being Darla. We got us as Alonia. We got us as Kiosk. We got us as Silent. Actually, we got us as Warlocks. And Facile already seen a Zuwen approaching. Did Duel mean to send a Zuel in there? On the Team 1, we got ourselves Arhi in the back, ready to go. Cal Drogo, G-Funk, as well as Sajiro. It looks like Duel is just gonna wait. But did he mean to send Zuwen in there? Does he not care for Zuwen burst? Or is Zuwen like gonna be around for a while? So long that it's like, you know what? I can just wait. Like, Zuwen is gonna be out for 20 seconds. I can AFK 15 of them and then charge in there. Or maybe he's like, you know what? I don't even Zuwen. Gonna be immediate tricking out of Duel. Is he going for Big Bitty B versus Facile? Facile is going to take a bit of that damage in the open. A Dark Pack was used really early. Trying to see if he can port away from the monk. And then he's going to be able to hit him with a Mortal Call of Fear to follow. Facile maybe can set something up. Got himself a Fell Lord just in case the monk goes to get up in melee. And now he just knows he's just going to bail out of there. Get him more pets in there. Get the Tyrant up and running. So the Duel knows he needs to fight all those Fell Guards, all those Demon Doggos. Bring a piece in around the corner. Facile has to swing around from this angle. Going to be in cap on him. Does the Tyrant get the big damage? Looks like Tyrant is having to run at him. Gonna be potentially a port, maybe? No. Facile port is out in the open. So Duel does at least end up baiting a lot of the cooldowns out of the Facile and is able to survive Fist of Fury and a lot of the spells to parry him 100%. And it's gonna go for roots as he goes in for a bit of Vivifies. So a lot of Facile bursts was shut down. But I guess a lot of Duel's bursts also was shut down with the Dark Pact and maybe potentially a mistimed Zuwen. Not sure what happened there at the start. Duel trying to see if he might be able to reconnect with Facile. Axe starts stopping him and plays Fear, running him the opposite direction as a Decimated Bolt clashes into his Flesh Cow. Duel is still pretty healthy, but the Decimated Bolt is going to do quite a bit of damage. Especially with Facile goes in for big Demon Bolts. 1, 2. Diffuse Magic does reduce quite a bit of the damage as Facile sends in a third one into that shield. Facile bailing up out of there for a second as Duel tried to go for Leg Sweep. He only stunned the pets, but Facile escaped that Leg Sweep. So that was a nice movement for this man right here. Duel able to escape some of the Demon Doggers with that Ring of Peace, Fear around the corner as Facile continues to CC Duel as much as possible. But is going to be able to get double-handed Gul'dan in there. Getting even more pets rolling. Duel back it up out. He'll also make sure he has an escape plan so he can go behind the pillar, reset, recover, and at least catch up a little bit on health. But Facile's going to take a bit before he can go and get a good setup onto Duel. He needs to make sure he's doing CC stuns on him and chains without a trinket. But it's going to be pretty difficult with Duel can trick back up very soon. Trying to go for a Decimated Bolt. Facile does get himself an angle. Stun onto Duel. Decimated Bolt trinket side of it. Maybe he could just turn the damage onto the Zuwen. And decimated bolt Zuen. Looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Try to see if you might be able to make some damage towards Zuen. If he can execute Zuen at low health with the decimated bolt, that could give him that amped up damage that he needs. But looks like Zuen disappears. Duel definitely has a big leg sweep ready. A quick flash script interrupt onto Facile. And Facile could potentially go for a wall here. Gonna be a big burst. Trinket on Facile. Stun into Duel. No Trinket. Gonna be Fell Lord down. Facile getting hit with a Karma. Is gonna summon up a Tyrant. Gonna be in-capped by Duel just to disrupt the Tyrant. Fastcast is up for Facile with the Obelisk. Does get the interrupt onto the Tyrant. Duel continues to do damage. Facile keeping him in the Fell Lord range. Gonna be more to call into a fear. Does he have a big setup? Tyrant is up. Handle go down coming out. Decimated bolt. Potentially big damage on Duel. Does he go down here? It's gonna be a shield as he does dip low. Facile is going to try to see if he can swing around the corner and needs to get that interrupt on a Duel. The decimated bolts are going through, but it looks like a lot of the damage is absorbed heavily by Duel. I was thinking those was going to be some really beefy demon bolts, but something disrupted that. I'm not sure exactly what. Well, did he never get it looked like he hit him with the decimated bolt, but maybe that never really... Maybe he never finished the cast. Maybe something happened in between. But Facile finds himself super low, trying to avoid the touch of death, but I think the Monk has him in a good setup. Unless Facile has CC right now, Duel does end up taking him out, whittling down the Warlock over time, hitting him with a quick touch of death, taking him out of the game. With Kiosko setting up traps for Duel, does he go in for the biggest damage possible? Potentially could. Duel just trying to be extra careful, trying to go for as much self-healing as possible. Trying to avoid the traps as best he can. He knows that the trap was waiting right next to him. If he just goes side to the right. Flame shot set up by Kiosko. Could be getting a bunch of back-to-back kill shots. Big BDB down with a leg sweep onto Kiosko. Does not take the damage. Feign death at the last second of it. Does reduce a lot of the BDB damage towards the tail end of it. Duel with a trick and still lots of damage for Kiosko with a Karma to follow. Kiosko just got a lot of defenses out of Duel. He just didn't survive and still continue to lob grenades. That is going to be Karma reversing damage back to Kiosko. But he does have himself acceleration before we dive into the dampener. Going to be quick interrupt on a Duel. Flame shot back up and running. That's going to be potentially huge kill shots. Duel super low in hell. I think one more hit could be over, but Kiosko super low as well. And Kiosko does end up sniping him out. Well, since you're not giving Kiosko an opportunity, has reflect back up as soon as he charges in. Kiosko needs to go for Turtle as soon as possible. Feign death real quickly. Turtle shell just to make sure he's as careful as he can be. And Sajuro could potentially get the pet to start attacking him. As Kiosko laying down those traps, Sajuro, does he wait until he has reflect? Or does he just run into those traps early? He no longer has a Blade Storm. He just ate a steel trap, so he knows the next trap is most likely going to be freezing. As Kiosko takes the opportunity with Sajuro looking for the flash trap, Kiosko takes the opportunity just to feign death, go into a camo, and reset completely. And Sajuro try to be proactive, picking up the eyes as soon as possible. We're here at that 6-minute mark, boys. The dampen is going to start rolling in little by little. Kiosko trying to get himself as much self-healing as he can while inside a camo, avoiding the warrior to the best of his abilities. Going to be Sajuro leaping out maybe a little early, but does himself full burst ready to go. Big banner available, and I think together with Recklessness, but that steel trap is going to stop him in place unless he has a blade switch to break himself out. Might be pretty rough. Needs to make sure he has reflect available in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him. Stun to Sajuro, drinking it out. Kiosko definitely is going to have a freezing trap. If you can just line it up, if you know that he just stunned you, you just drinking it, you know the next trap is going to be a freezing trap. So if you have reflect for it, just preempting the reflect is going to end up winning you the game, I think. Kiosko trying to survive as the Blade Storm is chasing after him, taking a bit of damage. Steel trap up, and Sajuro again. It's almost like every time clockwork he has a reflect, it's always to a steel trap. The prediction, the mind games, that's going to be tough. So Sajuro is going to have to find a way to adapt. But he's not a hunter. Hunters are probably one of the better classes for adaptation. You know, they learn how to survive as squishy as they are. Fear onto Kiosko, the pet, running way out there. Into a freezing trap, Sajuro could not have predicted that one. As Kiosko is looking for a reset with a full many bandages. Sajuro frozen up, waiting it out until he can get back up next to Kiosko. Kiosko not sitting in that camo long at all. Flame shot set up, and Sajuro trying to finish for those big kill shots. Sajuro finally gets an opportunity to get a big charge towards Kiosko, but a stun is going to lock him down, and rage regeneration is up. Kiosko, if only he had chimeric poison here to reduce the amount of healing Sajuro does. But at least he's going to be able to avoid him during that enrage regeneration. He knows there's a lot of healing that can come out of that enrage regen cooldown. Sajuro tripping up the tar trap, has reflect up, that's going to be steel trap, not stopping him with a Blade Storm. And Kiosko now again has a freezing trap ready to go against Sajuro, trying to adapt. It is doing the very best he can. But it is a rough situation. So far, Kiosk is living by those freezing traps. Every time he's feeling even a bit of pressure, he has a freezing trap to put the warrior on ice, reset, cool down the situation, come back in when he is ready. But Kiosk is still, the more he stays in melee of Sajiro, the more damage he takes. Kiosk is in critical condition, could be really bad. Sajiro, I think, might have the execute, gonna be acceleration last second. Sajiro is also kind of low. Kiosk can maybe land a stun trinket back up for Sajiro very, very soon. And Kiosk could dive into that camo. Does Sajiro go leaping in? He got him some flesh count. If he just goes leaping behind the pillar and trying to whirlwind, he might be able to find him. Gonna be manic advantage for Kiosk. Looks like both of them are looking for that full reset. I feel like for Sajiro, it might have not been a bad idea just to try to leap behind the pillar. But this way, I mean, you don't know where the hunter is gonna be. He could be behind the pillar. He could maybe scared away off somewhere else. So honestly, you just have no idea. Sajiro taking a lot of damage. Reflect now. Blade start to follow. Kiosk finds like extremely low with the turtle shell. The only thing that's saving him right now. Freezing trap. Putting Sajiro back up on ice as he has full war banner blaring on his back. Kiosk dropping in more tar traps for Sajiro. But the warrior, he is determined. He just needs to get up and melee with Kiosk, literally mounting up just so he can maybe move a little faster. Trying to go for a leap, charge around the corner. If only he had a stun or something. Reflect was up in case it was a freezing trap. He knows his next trap is going to end up stopping him. He needs to find a way, I think, to get the pet to attack him. He needs to taunt the pet as Kiosk drops down the freezing trap so the pet breaks it. I think that's the only way you can really relive it. Either you pop a reflect for it and try to predict it, or you get a pet taunt. And you kind of just gotta line it up perfectly. Kiosk still continues to harass him with dots together with grenades, fear onto the pet, as well as Kiosk. Sajiro most likely has reflect back up. You just need to be very, very careful with it. Big on Reiju Gen. Does have reflect right now. Gonna be a stun onto Sajiro. And that reflect again just not doing nothing for him. With a steel trap to stop him place. Again, Kiosk just trying to see if he can whittle him down over time. Just trying to play it as careful as he can. Sajiro charging in, trying to max out as much damage as he can inside of that recklessness window. Gonna be Kiosk backing up out again. Another freezing trap onto Sajiro. Wait, maybe he taunted that pet that time around? Or was it the Kiosk sending the pet in that time? Hard to tell. I think it might have been Kiosk doing that. But yeah, for Sajiro, honestly, taunt on the pet or reflect, I think it was the only thing he could really do. Flesh cut double, Kiosk gets up in melee with Sajiro, barely at any health. Couple of grenades, one more kill shot will do the trick. It does end up taking him out with a flanking strike. Who's up next? Over for the team 2. Is it going to be Arhi? Potentially Khal G-Funk? Looks like Arhi already hit with a Hunter's Mark. Hard to know who's going to be up next. Hunter's so lame. He does end up having to play a lot of light aside, a lot of pillars though, but he doesn't just use it for survival. He does want to try to win. Can't really blame him, honestly. Maybe if Kiosk could play the same, I feel like when you have double leggers for hunters, they're going to be able to have even more damage, so they'll be able to play a little bit more aggressive. But right now they have to kind of play, or a lot of them feel they have to play defensive. As like Kiosk is already getting ripped apart while those demon dog is in lightning bolts. This is what happens when you don't play defensive. This is what happens when you don't kite around the pillar. You just get blasted out by lightning bolts and early blast, and then Ghost Road Dog is just eating you alive. Silent next up. As a Demonology Warlock versus Arhi. Arhi already licking his wounds after fighting the Hunter, trying to see if he might be able to use his totems in order to deal with Silent. Does dropping down the stun is going to be Dark Pack by the Warlock. Arhi not playing the grounding totem for this time around, so Silent is at least going to be able to get himself a little bit of resources and big damage that Arhi cannot prevent unless he goes for the interrupt or walls it off. Or CC Silent, I guess. Quick interrupt onto the Vile Fiend, which is actually a spellcast that isn't Shadow, that isn't Demon. It's actually on a whole different school of spells. So it does give Silent quite a bit of castability, but Arki just zapping right through Silent so far. Demon Tyrant, maybe the Tyrant can make enough damage happen. Silent finds himself super low. Gonna be Mortal Coil into Arki. Does he have enough damage? Needs himself instant cast as fast as possible. Another Silent into Arki. Does he have enough damage here to finish him? Arki barely alive, but does keep healing himself through all the damage with a Maelstrom and the mana. Could be anyone's game. Does get himself one more heal here. 12 minutes in a duel. Quick sounder to Silent. Gonna be a trinket out of the Warlock. Does he survive out of here? Boarding way out of here as Arki just getting blasted by these pets. I think Silent's down though. Sends out his final Demon Bolt, but Arki had enough damage to keep it going. Alonia walking into Arki who has no mana. I don't know what he's looking like in Maelstrom. Barely as much of a flesh count, a 47% dampener. And Arki looking to get a Thunder Stone into Alonia and maybe get out of that. I think the Bleeds are just going to rot you down, but does go for a Battle Vessels Trinket, but there's only so much you can do. There's no way you make it out of here, man. There's no way unless you get mana out of nowhere. Sunder into Alonia. Does he see him for a second? Maybe he can get enough mana for a heal. Potentially. He's still running. Oh my goodness. That heal did almost nothing. Does get himself a double heal proc though. Wait, maybe. Wait, maybe. Does heal? Hold on. Another heal. Pa. There it goes. Another heal. Does get himself cooldown reduction. Potentially another heal. Stunned by Alonia. Trick it out of Archie. He did the best he could, but you're just so far into the game where you're just not going to get any kind of healing. Really, G-Funk dropping down big damage. Alonia does not pre-wall this. Is that going to be a big explosion? No big explosion. G-Funk's playing a very, very defensive flanking strike for G-Funk. As Alonia continuing just to get damage into G-Funk. Going to be a feigned death potentially for G-Funk. Might want to clear all the bleeds. Alonia got the big bleeds. Going to be a fear. G-Funk does spend him, smacking him down with Darley up next. Got himself the Ice Form Burst this time around. Going to be G-Funk diving into that Turtle Shell immediately. Freezing trap onto Darley as the Frost Mage gets frozen. I feel like he should be immune to ice. I feel like Darley should be immune to freezing. Especially when he's literally in the form of ice. You know? He's literally in a form encased in ice. And you're putting him on ice. What? Gonna be big lances for G-Funk. I think this man might be going down barely in health left. Darley needs to get a melee of him as soon as possible. Fully into a lance and does end up taking him out. Will Khal Drogo last one over for the team too. Darley looking for the reset. Does have ice blocks if anything. That's a lot of damage on a Khal Drogo. Darley could ice block it, maybe recover before dampening really ramps up. He's trying not to give Khal Drogo an ice block easily. He's just trying to avoid him as best as he can. Maybe Darley can go for a reset, catch up on a bit of food. Hopefully this man's made himself some mana buns ahead of time. It looks like he did. Flesh cut up for Khal Drogo, but that flesh cut is going to be quite small. Darley recovering every bit of health. Poured for Khal Drogo right in front of Darley's face. Ice Form is up. Dropping down big frozen orb and blizzard. Darley needs to find a way to get away from Khal Drogo just so he can get some casts off. Potentially could be an ice block here. It looks like that is going to be an ice block. Khal Drogo looking for a reset. Darley just letting that ice block heal him back up to full. 61% dampener. Drogo has the win back up and everything. Does target his Fury out of that Nova. Darley needs to find a way to deal with Khal Drogo. Just needs to find a way to get him off his back for a bit. Big Fist of Fury still continuing to fly. Frostbolt as is going to be a Karma. Darley getting quite a lot of defenses out of Khal Drogo. That flurry is kind of huge. It's going to be altered time. Put himself back up to a good spot. Big BDB dropping in. Khal Drogo trinkets out to Polly. As Darley had no health whatsoever, he might need to ice block this to win. Oh my goodness. And Khal just kind of waiting them out. He has incaps, he has stuns, he has everything available. Darley's gonna have to play it like a god right now if he wants to live this. Nova does not have a way to get away. Gonna be an interrupt. Darley getting locked out on Shadow. Dropping down Frozen Orb with Ice Form. Everything bursts up versus Drogo. Does he have a route to prevent the monk from running at him? Flurry. Wait, potentially big damage. In cap to Darley. Trick inside of it. Trying to finish Khal Drogo as best as he can. Nova might do it. Flurry. Oh, no way. Darley actually ended up winning that one. Are you kidding me? I think it was straight up the Mirrors of Torment that did it. Mirrors of Torment just giving him procs at the very end. No way. What the? I am surprised, amazed, and kind of confused. How do you live that? How? What the? All right, we got to get another one going, boys. I want to see more of that. Yo, I want to see that mage go first at some point or another. That came into like such a high dampener game. I want to see more of that, bro. My goodness. No bear Friends of Region. I think at that point, with Friends of Region getting nerfed at that high dampening, you ain't getting no healing, bud. Barely any healing. It's so difficult. Coina, Siva. Me and my Boom King are on the same team in the leader now. Jim, you got a group? Yeah, if you guys got a group, add me Dalaran #1340, boys. Listen, Boom King joiner, have a team of 5 ready. Yo, user, Dalaran #1340. Add me real quick so we can get a new team in here. Don't have you added though. Jims, how do you not have me added? You hang out on Discord all the time. I imagine you would have me added by now. You forgot about the nerf? Yeah, there quite a lot of classes did get nerfed from the self-heals. I think the self-healing is going to go up with better gear as we get more stamina. But for now, it is going to be a little bit more. Like those Pharaohs, I saw a Pharaoh adding the WoW devs complaining that, oh, Pharaohs are dead in the water, by the way. It was like, yeah, Blizzard, you guys over-nerf Pharaoh. We're dead in the water. I don't know if that's true or not, because I haven't seen what Pharaohs are like in arenas. Only I've seen from like PGs, and which is like, you know, it's really hard to tell how strong a class is when everybody get piled on one another. And within duels, which in duels is like more of a intimate 1v1 scenario, right? Just message me. Boomkid Drainer. So I need to have you added on Real ID. So if you add me Dalaran 1340, so I can add. Okay. Whisper Boomy King with 2 G's. Draenor. Hello, it me. Did it go through? Hello, it me. Hopefully I got it. Hey. Okay. I'll add you. Are you... I got gyms. Jester? Yeah, I can add you too. There we go. Alright. So you got a 4 out of 5. All right, so Pav got a group, 2 new. Sentry's looking for new boys. So we got a new group with Jims and Boomy. Yo, Boomy, just whisper me real quick. I guess I could do Jester, right? I guess I could do Jester. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you guys whisper me just helps me like keep it on my screen so I know who's playing, who's doing what. Alrighty, let's get ourselves a group rolling, boys, yeah? Invite, spectator, match, Pavac, and Jester. Let's do... What are we haven't done? There we go. Wait, what? Friend request failed? Oh, wait. There we go. That works. That should work. Got it. Got it. Let me know if I need to requeue. Oh, we don't. Awesome. Hell yeah. Hey, if you guys want to get some new faces, by the way, if you guys want to join in the 5V5 1v1 groups, check out the LFG. Where Seawork is NA. Seawork is NA, so maybe Seawork will be able to play tomorrow. Oh, when we're Seawork Joey, come back tomorrow. Maybe we'll see Seawork there. Because you guys don't, might have forgotten, but we do a lot of our duels. We did a lot of duels on PTR as of recently, where both EU and NA can play. But once PTR is over and the patch is actually here, we normally have like a Friday EU Duels Day, and Saturday is the NA Duels Day. So we have a full day for just one region and a full day for the other. Maybe no one's heard of him? Let's see how he popped in the stream earlier. Please invite some Shadow Priests for duels. Yo, Paint Core. If somebody can open up a group and invite some more Shadow Priests in these duels, I'll be down, man. But this is a community ran thing. It's a community ran, community organized thing. So if nobody invites Shadow Priests, then we don't get priests. It's a community ran duels though. I actually don't like this song that much on the mixes anymore. I used to like it, but I feel like it's way too slow. Is it just me? Potentially just me. Alright, let's get another one rolling here, boys. Which? Got ourselves Team 1 together with Alonia. We got Darla, we got Fassel, we got Thane, and we got Jesus versus Boomy King over for the Team 2. The Gangster returning. How you doing? I think we saw this guy first time on PTR. We got Jims over for that team as well as a Rogue. Maz is a Warlock. Oh, it's a mad good looking Mog. We got us a Safushi gonna be first up as a Necrolord Assassination Rogue versus the Death Knight. As the DK just walking away from a new pillar, gonna be Safushi opening up while Fleshcraft Shield is still rolling, landing that kid in the shot. As the Death Knight goes for a full IBF, getting himself the full grippy hand rolling in, gonna be empowering the army of the undead. Safushi with a disarm while invasion of Cloak of Shadows. This man is burning every defensive with a vendetta into the Death Knight. As the DK trying to keep the rogue slow, trying to chain of ice him down, getting the full army that are joining in. Safushi trying to see if he can bail out of the yoinking him back in. The Safushi getting his on as he's super low. Actually, could do going down. Is the dots going to do enough damage? Death and Decay dodging it, but the dots I think are still rolling on him. But unfortunately, is going to be caught out of stealth yet again. Just has to, since he has no pillar, has to open up back on the Death Knight with a stun. Going to be a quick trinket human racial. Jesus get hit with a blind, but the slime pet, the Kevin Slime, does go from a spit from far. Or maybe it's a Skulker, because he does have a bow. Gonna be the Gangster not giving this Death Knight opportunity to recover at all. Just going with a full rat-tat, just blasting him out with aim shots and rapid fires. DK does burn a death pack really early, sacrificing that pet. He's gonna have to summon a new one. But he did end up sacrificing the pet after he death packed it though. So he doesn't get a lot of healing off of it. Still recovered quite a lot of health from death strikes though. And there goes the new pet. Gangsta blasted out the DK as best as he can, doing all the damage he can. But it looks like a lot of the pressure from him is kind of gone, disengaging but into a wall. So that's really unfortunate. Freezing trap on the pet, which is not the worst. You really want to freezing trap the death knight, but the pet is quite a lot of that damage output. Trying to get some aim shots to sunk into the Death Knight. Gangsta going in for a turtle shell with a flash cut, looking for recovery. The Death Knight goes for a flash cut as well as the army of the undead is chasing after the hunter, gripping it back in. Chain of Ice. Scatter shot does separate in two for just a second. Gangsta trying to set up for big damage, going to be big explosive into Jesus with a freezing trap as he gets super low. Gangsta at no health whatsoever, just give himself a little bit extra fire, but it looks like he just continued to get air shots into the Death Knight back to back. He's not backing out of there at all. He just continued to bring the fight to the DK, but a Death Coil does end up taking him out. With Unholy Death Knights actually getting buffed for PvP. A lot of the conduits do more damage, like the Death Coil procs are a lot stronger than before. Also the pet do more damage. They're, what are they called? Fester wounds do more damage when they pop them. Jesus getting hit with all the dots as Mads is playing a madman of an affliction warlock, trying to see if he can ride the DK down. Gonna be a fear as the DK still got mad dots on him. Lynchborn, so he can give himself a little bit of survivability. Spell Warden's proccing, but it should be at 50% value that it normally is. Mads trying to amp up all his dots even more, porting away as the Death Knight rotting with those dots. Does have IBF and a full bar of runic power, so he can go for a lot of healing. Mads trying to get himself as much healing with a drain life as he can, but the army of the dead joins in. Stun onto the warlock. Trinkets out of it with a mortal call versus Jesus. Jesus does end up picking up the eyes by accident, so taking 5% more damage. So Matt should be able to take advantage of that, dropping down full dots on Jesus, just trying to see if he can walk out of there. The Death Knight is going to be rotting down little by little. Does need to catch up to Mads. He does need to catch up next to him and get as many death strikes as possible, but looks like he's recovered quite a bit of health, even though he's the one dotted up. Mads going for the dark bag. Does not play with a pet, so he doesn't have any way to like CC Jesus or anything. Trying to get some more dots with Jesus. Looks like he's going to be interrupted by the Death Knight. Death Knight is rotting quite a bit though. Mads still able to get a bunch of dots. Deathbolt, but the AMS protects him completely. With Deathbolt doing dot damage, I don't even think Deathbolt even connected really. Matt's getting interrupted with that pet as he does end up building up for quite a big drain life. Gonna be a stun around the corner. The Death that backs up out to get a flesh count. And Maz does not have an interrupt ready. I wonder what pet he sacrificed for this duel. Sometimes Warlocks like to sacrifice the blueberry for a little bit extra of a health booster, like a rallying cry, but from the pet effect. Drain life onto the pet, does go for the stun. Mads needs to make sure he gets his dots fully rotted up, with Agony in particular, so you can go for the biggest possible dot damage build with the Drain life. The more dots of Agony he has, the more healing he's going to get from Drain, but it's going to be a seed pod as it dips really low, with the Death Knight most likely burning through a seed pod, not given an opportunity to recover. Boomy, living to the name, playing Boomy King, and it's playing Boom Kid bash onto Jesus. As he does get a Thorns, looking like he's going to be a full Incarnation Burst. Death Knight dropping down a full dome, getting knocked out of it, yoinking the Booming back in as the Death Knight tries to stay in the dome as best possible. Grippy Hand is going to get it. Boomkid back to him, back to back, trying to shift into bear form just to get a bit of healing. But the Boomy still has full burst. He just doesn't have the resources to make it happen. He doesn't start casting Wrath, he doesn't start casting Starfury, anything. He doesn't start casting any other spell because he can't get cast at the moment. Jesus does have AMS in case things really get hairy for him. Boomy dropping down in health little by little. That's going to be a stun. No, it does have a trinket actually. I was going to say maybe not, but he does have a trinket. Boomy not doing all that good. Chain of Ice slowing down, and the dots and the pet are just rotting him over time. Got himself friends in region, but it is reduced. We're only at a 5-minute mark though. Jesus trying to go for an interrupt, missing it, and allows the Boomy to go for a flash cap. So this man is not playing Necro. Actually, no, he's not playing Kyrian, Ventier, or Fae, which is what we see usually Boomy's play. He's a Necrolord, which works out for Ori really well. Ori, the Boomkid from NA, just plays a full dot build, and quite a lot of spells are actually amped up by the Necrolord ability, the Swarm. Like Fury of Elune is actually considered as a dot, so it's amped by it. Interrupt missed by Jesus. Boomkid could potentially go and just heal himself right now. Barskin to survive. Potentially got the juke. Trying to go for a juke, but then he puts himself right on top of the Death Knight, who just channels Flesh Count just to make sure he's extra healthy. We've been trying to go for the biggest juke possible. This man just used Typhoon in order to juke out Jesus, I think. Next time we better set up a Typhoon or something. As the Death Knight try to play it as carefully as he can, sacrifice the pet just to make sure he's as healthy as possible, as we're hitting almost in that 7-minute mark. only 11% dampener. And Boomy so far has been survivable. He got Fear of a Loon coming back very, very soon. Potentially could go for even more self-healing. Bear form as much as he can to get the Frenzy regen rolling. Quick roll onto the Death Knight as he's trying to chain the Boomy down. Grip putting him back out with the army that it is. Definitely needs to use Chain of Ice a lot more, but the power shift for the Druid, keeping him mobile, keeping him healthy for now. It's going to be a pet empowered for Jesus. Does have the grippy hand as Boomy tried to break away. Stun follow. There's going to be potentially big damage out of the Death Knight. Does he have the biggest setup? Going to be that pet stun. And Boomy is still under a ton of pressure. Barks it back up. Could go for Thorns. Does have some counter pressure towards the Death Knight though if you wanted to. Big Death Coils up next by the Death Knight. And Boomy's still somehow alive. Barks and Thorns. Potentially Incarnation 20 seconds. I don't know how this man is alive, by the way. I think he's literally surviving by the Swarm and Frenzy Regen. Even though Frenzy Regen got nerfed, I feel like the Swarm just makes it that much stronger. Since, you know, you kind of need any kind of healing you can get. Flesh Cap is getting established by the Boomy. So this is in a good spot. He might actually be able to recover quite a bit. Going for those regrowths, getting quite a bit amount of healing for it. And Boomy still continues to try to see if he can keep the pressure versus the Death Knight. The army that it joins in as the Boomy gains Incarnation. Trinkets out of that stun, but still taking a lot of damage though. That's in full Army of the Dead. The Death Knight could go for very defensive play. AMS's Boomy got nothing left. It looks like, I think it's going to be over for this Boomkin. Getting yoinked back in. He's barely surviving. He doesn't have whatever healing he has while in Guardian form. Trying to get himself healing with the regrows. It's potentially going to be an interrupt. Trying to juke out the Death Knight. Doesn't get the juke. But it's all right back next to him. Should have just left out. Should have just left as far away as it could. Interrupted. And Boomy, does he have anything left at all? This man is living by the skin of his teeth, dude. By the little feathers on his Boomy's... on his Boomy body. Wait, almost had the juke. Wait, if he just stayed up above, that actually would have been the perfect juke he needed as the Death Knight created opportunity for this Druid. But instead gonna stun him. How is this man still alive, by the way? 23% dampening. He is still kicking. Maybe Necrolord is the go-to now the Druid's healing got nerfed. Maybe Necrolord is a play. Still trying to chase away from the Death Knight as best as he can. Just running for his life. Does have Fury of a Loon and Thorns coming back up. Maybe could make something happen with it. Trying to get interrupted on Cyclone. Not gonna happen. Is he trying to go for a Flesh Cut potentially? Maybe. Grippy hand up for the DK. Most likely going to have the Army of the Dead. Quick yoink away. Boomy trying to escape, but it's going to be yet another grip. Again, just trying to get away, but the Chain of Ice and the yoinks from the grip, from the Abomination Limb, are just not letting him go anywhere at all. But he's still alive. 9 minutes, 27 seconds, and this guy's just doing the very best to survive. But this stun could be the end, potentially. Unless he's got something left. Bash. Jesus is straight up just using IBF just to get himself out of CC. My goodness, that was a lot of damage taken and a lot of damage healed. Jim's up next, charging out as an Outlaw Rogue. Playing with a cheat death, which we'll see how that works out. Getting a shot on Jesus, potentially could go for big damage. Going to be a Kyrian. I haven't seen Kyrian Outlaw in a while. I think most of the days, most people are Necrolord for the survivability or Venting for just raw damage output. As Jesus... plenty of health. Jim's trying to see if he can crack it to his defensives. But Jim's just not doing that good health-wise. Cloak of Shadows, and I think it's over. Vanishes as he gets hit by a Death Coil. Death and Decay almost dies to Death and Decay. I guess your Death would have saved him, right? I guess it would have kept him alive. As the Death Knight looking for the eyes to see if he might be able to get himself an opportunity to find the Rogue. What I just watched? Bro, I don't even know how the Boomy survived for as long as he did, but he did do it. The Gruul giving Jims away, and the Rogue trying to recover as best as he can, grapple hooking out of there. Should be able to wait out the eyes for the from the DK. But Jesus goes to pick up a second set. And it's kind of keeping it. Wait, is one of the pets chasing after him? Yo, one of the pets definitely sees ya. Wait, one of the pets definitely saw you, even though the eyes were done. That Skulker knows where he was at. He got a sharp eye. That Skulker literally has the sharpest eye ever. Jim's trying to see if he can get away from the Skulker. Has to get in combo with that thing. With a Ghoul on the other side, could maybe be, yeah, I was gonna say Jesus could empower the Ghoul. I think Jim's just gonna die to the pet. Literally dead to the pet. Death Coil should end him maybe, potentially. Gripped him in, blind. It's over. A 1v5, boys. That's a lot of healing, by the way. I don't know how the DK healed as much as it did, but he healed a lot. I don't even understand it, bro. I don't understand. Alright, let's get another group bonus, yeah? Let's get maybe Sentry versus Team Jester. Potentially. Could probably do that, yeah? Also Team Pav. gotta get another chance to play because he had a lot of new boys in there that didn't even get a chance, man. Central, let me know if you got a group, my guy. Hell yeah, 1v5, let's go. What's up, Abe? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Any horde group to join? Check LFG, see if one is available. Central got a group. Looks like Chrysler's joining a group with name Should we do a quick Sentry versus Pav? Because Pav, a lot of his boys on the team didn't get a chance to play. So we're gonna do Pav, Sentry, and then Jester and Sentry. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. We'll do Pav and Sentry, since a lot of guys on Team Pav didn't get to play. Sentry just got a group together. What arena do we want to do? What arena do we feel like doing, boys? We've done Blade's Edge, we've done Circle of Blood. Let's do this one. Dalaran Seawoods. Actually, I shouldn't give it away, should I? I shouldn't give it away, so it can be as random as it can be. What's up, Dill? How you doing, my guy? Outlaw, yeah, well, maybe we'll have a horde group available. What's up, Koopa? How you doing, my guy? I like your mug. I like what are those weapons? I barely get to look at them. What are those weapons? Hopefully Koopa is still out here when we come out, so I can see his mug a little better. You're not the king, Jesus is Imba. Dude, the movie lived for so long, though. You gotta give him credit. What about new arena? Let's actually see. Yeah, that's actually a fantastic idea, Joey. Let's try the new one after this. Let's try the Mount Jackson's Coliseum. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be actually pretty good. I'm Koopa. What's up, man? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Twitch. Got us a team 2 together with G Funk. On that team, we got R here. We got us. What's your name? Verna. Let's call him Verna. We got us a Jira. We got us a Bib. As an outlaw. Oh, no subtlety. I was gonna say outlaw. What is that tabard, by the way? That thing looks... That's a Legion tabard, isn't it? That looks pretty cool. We got a Salonio as a Feral. Darley still sticking to the Frost Guns. We got Fassel, Jesus, and Thaney. Thaney still needs a chance to play. Thaney still needs an opportunity to actually play the game. Picking up the stuff. Actually, Elemental Shaman. I was so used to Enhancement Shamans playing the game. I'm not used to Elemental actually joining in. Fassel gonna be first up versus Archie. Archie, I think, first time this man hasn't been able to play from the get-go, but Fassel and Archie are going to be having a hell of a game. Banish onto that Earth Elemental. When you banish the Earth Ellie, do you still retain that stamina buff, or do you lose it while he's banished? I wonder how that works. I'm pretty sure you just CC it. I don't think you lose a buff. Quick Fear, Archie choosing not to do anything with that fear, just letting it happen as Fassel re-banishes that Earth Elemental. Archie just playing it slow and steady. Setting up a Primordial. Big Lightning Bolts could be next. Fassel could be in big trouble here if Archie goes in for a setup. Gonna be full Fell Lord Stone into Fassel as Archie walking away from Fassel. Looks like he wants to back away from all these pets. Fassel dropping down a full turret. Archie has the line to side. He can't really go up this left side of the platform. The stairs could be really deadly when that Fell Lord does juke him for a quick second. Tyrant should be able to do quite a lot of damage to him. Mortal with the fear. Fassel could potentially have a lot of damage. Wait, what is going on? His Tyrant is slapping the Earth Elemental? Yo, that Tyrant is not even slapping Archie. What is he doing? Oh no, this Tyrant, bro. Wait, he taunted. Wait, the Earth Ellie is so good for this. It taunts the things around you. Oh my god, Archie. No wonder he's not taking any damage from the Tyrant. Or majority of those pets. Fassel still got himself a big setup. With full Flesh Scaff, Stone into Archie. With a Fear to follow. Potentially can get some hand to go down. So maybe with a Decimating Bolt. Archie does not sit that Fear long at all, though. Finally gets up next to Fassel. Looking to get some damage in. Big burst onto Fassel. Does pre-wall this Ellie Blast. That's going to be Stone and Fassel. And one of the pets is Archie. Does not sit that Fear long at all. It is the yard. Mortal again sent in. Fassel again just trying to keep the Shaman at bay. Looking to set up a big Primordial. And that's going to be not Primordial, but Decimating. Those are the two abilities that confuse from Necrolord. There's the Shaman and the Warlock one. Primordial one versus Decimating. Big Demon Bolts to follow. Archie could be in trouble, but looks like he got plenty of mana, plenty of Maelstrom to both do damage as well as heal. Fassel with the Dark Pact, getting up and land the side of Archie, but it sees those zaps come through. That's going to be a big fear. Getting interrupted. Fassel could be in bad trouble. Fassel actually so low health Thunder. He does go for a trick at the end, but a Primordial takes him out. He let us send a Primordial Bolt. And Darley's going to be up next. Got a full Ventier setup versus Archie. Looking to interrupt. The Flesh Cup does get to, as the Mirrors of Torment are going to be tormenting Archie. Every time he casts a spell, every time he uses an ability, the Mirrors are going to do damage to him. Even just shifting into Ghost Wolf is going to silence you and root you to the point where Archie thought, I better shrink it out of this one. Darley had full ice form, so Arky is going to treat it like a full deadly burst out of Darley, because it really can be. Those frostbolts can do a lot of damage if you're just not careful. Arky, though, he is a shaman. He got purges to remove Darley's buffs, as well as shields. He got interrupts at range with a very short cooldown. He got groundings on him, so he's in a setup to deal with mages the best. And I think he actually removed, stripped Darley off of his ult in time. Does send an LD blast as Darley does go for an ice block. And Darley able to at least recover a lot of health inside of the ice block. I think Darley needs to make sure he got the 40-yard range versus Arky at all times. He needs to make sure to keep Arky as far away as humanly possible. Arky tried to slow Darley down, will not be able to interrupt him on that door of shadows. Is going to be some frostbolts from Darley. Finally got some range on him. And Arky, whenever he doesn't have an interrupt, or whenever he doesn't have a grounding on him, that's the only time where really Darley can do much about it. Arky could interrupt any moment. Just going to go line of sighting. Just going to go behind the pillar. Just blizzarding him around the corner just to keep him at bay as best as he can. Trying to frostbolt him. The ghosts are in. Grounding totem was used earlier. And Arky still getting the zaps. Big damage versus Darley. Gonna be a poly. Again, Darley needs to make sure there's that 40-yard max range. Just going for frostbolts off of those pets. Getting a little bit of healing too behind the pillar. I think maybe Warlock Hellstone. Big zaps out of Arky. Darley taking a lot of damage there. Mirrors the Torment trying to get set up, going to be missed, interrupt by Arky, trying to send a lightning bolt in at no master whatsoever, or barely any. Going to be Mirrors? No, grounding, stopping it. Frozen Orb onto Arky with a blizzard he has to walk through. Darley not getting the progress of that Mirrors the Torment since that it was all grounded. And Darley might have to go for another ice block at no health whatsoever. Arky does go, and is putting so much pressure into that mage. Just a ton of incredible pressure into this mage. As Darley trying his best just to fight right through. Ice Form back up. Can Arky strip Ice Form off him? He can. That is so unfair. That is so unfortunate. Crossbow still flying as Darley no longer has the buffs. He's just rotting down to the ghost wolves. Arky just needs to get enough Maelstrom to go for a big LA blast, and Darley is done. Instead, he actually just walks up to Darley, heals up into his face, slams it down with a Storm Strike, taking him out. That is such a tough matchup. That is a hard counter. Because the Shaman can just interrupt you, took away your buffs. You can just remove your burst with a Purge on the Ice Farm, grounding totem a lot of your setup. It is just a rough situation to be in, and the only way I think you beat it is if you keep him at 40 yards where he just doesn't have the range of that interrupt on you. Just root him from a mile away. And Arky trying to see if you can take that attention, take that playstyle into Theni, who is an elemental shaman. Got himself a big lightning bolt ready. That's going to be zap onto a lightning lasso onto Arky, trick inside of it. Theni could potentially go for maybe even more burst. Looks like the lightning left their hands. Got himself a big Earthshock onto Arky, but a Sunder is going to prevent them from any more casts for a second. Stun Totem for Stun Totem as both of them stun each other, but Arky being an Orc does not set stuns long at all. Theni backing up out of there, and Theni should have a full trinket back soon. Flash kept getting set up as Theni is playing that Necrolord playstyle, so is Arky. Lava Lashes, Lava Burst to get it set up. Next Primordial with Theni could be pretty big Lava Burst too. Especially they got a big setup. Trying to go for interrupts. As Arky does interrupt them on the fire, but that gives opportunity for Thane to go for nature spells, Lightning Lasso stunning Arky, maybe even go for some healing in the future. I wonder what Ledger Thane is playing. Did they play like a healer Lego? Or did they play like a Dami Lego? For PvP? I imagine like a healer Lego is really incredibly good within duels. Is it going to be Earth Elemental join in? Thane just trying to make sure that they get that Stormkeeper off. And if Thane can go for a big setup, that's going to be Sky Fury eliminated immediately by Arky. Actually, no, maybe. No, wait, it's not. Stun onto Thane instead. The Sky Fury was able to stay in. Thane is just unable to get any cast off at all versus Arky. He's just putting so much pressure. Arky doesn't even have to worry about Sky Fury. Earthshock, but Arky just out-healed it completely, knocking the Shaman back just to create some space. LA Blast flying as Thane realizes they're not playing against an enhancement Shaman. This enhance got so much range damage. He's basically like partially elemental. He's an Ellie enhancement. This is an Ellie build. Basically, Earthshock onto Arky does not sit the stuns long at all from us afterwards from the capacitor totem. Another Sky Fury, Arky ignoring it completely. He knows he can take it out, but he's just giving Thane an opportunity to recover. Letting that Sky Fury get him some more healing. Let him do some more crit damage. It's going to be a quick hex to Theni. Just denying him anything whatsoever. And not let him go anywhere with a slow either. Arky trying to see if he can set up a stun. Does get it into a Sunder. And trying to see if he can just Ellie Blast him. Ellie Blast does not get the crit. Theni knocking him back. And Theni might be able to get himself a bit of healing here. This Ellie Shaman is under so much pressure. They're just literally getting out Ellied. Fire Elemental joining him. Maybe Fire Elemental can make some damage happen. It's going to be at least sustained damage versus Archie, who is going to treat Fire Elemental as a credible threat. Popping off wall, grounding, absorbing at least one of those empowered lightning bolts. Then getting interrupted on lava bursts again. Earthshock to follow them. Maybe potentially has a big primordial versus Archie. Lightning Lasso. Archie does not want to set the lasso long at all. He's going to trick it out of it. Sky Fury Totem is down for the LA Shaman, trying to go for a flush count, but the damage out of Archie just not letting the flush count accumulate at all. Only 8 minutes into the duel, 30 does break away with a massive heal to recover quite a lot of health, but Archie is still there in their face, keeping the pressure rolling. Thany only has, what, a trinket available? Maybe a stun totem around the corner? No, that's actually Archie's stun totem. I thought maybe it was Thany's. Maybe Thany tried to set something up. Light the lasso, but the ghosts are just tearing right through you. And you're just hoping that those ghost tools are proccing your earth shield at this point, just to give you a little bit more healing. Then he does end up recovering quite a lot of health from time to time, though. I'm not sure where the health is coming from. It has to be the light earth elemental shield, right? Has to be at this point, because he's somehow able to keep up. Like, he gets really, really low and then comes back up. Gets super, super low, comes back up. Archie looking to land an interrupt, potentially does not, missing that interrupt versus Thany. Sunder instead. Thany with a wall, making sure that Earth Shield is back up. The Earth Elemental joining in for Archie. As Thany at no health, potentially could go for big lightning bolt, for big zaps. Potentially maybe Sky Fury dropping down, missing that stone versus Archie. Archie pre-walling this. Thany, do they go for a big lava burst setup? Do they get the procs? Lightning lasso onto Archie, but the stun totem reversal. Oh my goodness, at least he got knockbacks. At least he got something to keep him alive. Interrupted on that heal. Then he had no health whatsoever. LA Blast taking him down. Primordial with a lightning bolt. Oh my goodness, just did him dirty. Then he survived for a while though there. I mean, I honestly was thinking that maybe that duel was going to last a lot shorter than that. But then he lived for a long while. They held their ground. They held their own versus an enhancement Shaman, but you can't really out-heal an enhancement Shaman. And the damage to put up, the pressure to put in, my goodness. Just trying to see if he can maybe get himself the full burst of the Unholy Death Knight, the A-bomb lens sprouting out of him, trying to see if he can claw Archie towards him, stunning him with that pet just to give himself an opportunity to line of sight to group him back in there, stunning him again, but that's going to be heavily DR'd. Army of the Dead joining in as Archie summons up the Ghost Wolves just to give him as much maelstrom as possible. Jesus, not taking nearly as much damage as Archie, but those Ghost Wolves are putting in a lot of pressure into him, and over time he's going to feel the pain. He has a full bar of runic power, so you can go for back-to-back death strikes for a lot of healing. It's going to be avoiding that stun totem from Archie with the AMS, but now you just burn a big defensive, and Archie can just blast you out with so much magic damage that there's nothing you can do about it. Going to be interrupting that fleshcraft, so Jesus does not even get any defensive in that regard. He has IBF and Deathpack. He has full bar of runic power. He's waiting for Archie to do big damage so that Deathstrike can heal for a lot more. And actually, that Deathstrike is what keeping him alive, but now that you're really low on runic power, it could be pretty bad for him. Stun into Archie. Has plenty of health. Trinket up. Could potentially wall this off. So he's looking really, really healthy. Jesus not looking that good. IBF in the last second with a death pack. He cannot heal anymore. He's just at the mercy of the Shaman. Hoping the Shaman just doesn't crit in his face. Jesus at no health whatsoever. He's trying to get an army that is rolling. He's barely surviving by Spell Warden. And Archie just ends up slamming him out with a Storm Strike. Taking him out of the game. Alonia, last one for the team one. With Archie has no health. What is this stun reversal? Oh my god, he predicted that the Pharaoh was going to open up on him. He had the stun there, but that rake bleed at the end just ended up taking him out. Definitely the Shaman held his own in the off-season for the patch 9.2, man. Definitely held his own. I told you, I put up a video saying, you know what, here's the 5 classes that could really surprise you. Enhancement Shaman. Did you see how much damage he did from range? The Ellie Blast and the Lightning Bolts? Like, he doesn't need to be next to you. He's just gonna nuke you. I mean, I guess Shamans could have done those nukes before with, what, Ascendance and Chain Harvest? But, like, they could just do this more consistently. What, 30-second CD on a Primordial? Like, less than that on an Ellie Blast. It's kind of nuts. Sejuro trying to see if he can amp up all his damage. Alonia trying to see if they can break away from the Warrior, who is melting down to the dots. Sejuro looks like he's out of leaps, trying to see if he can catch back up to Alonia. Just needs to create some line of sight just to stay on that Feral. Ripping health from a Feral with his Bloodthirst. Might just want to walk away. That's going to be Reflect for that Moonfire. Potentially could go for a Flesh Cut. Is backing up out completely. Alonia is going to go for a Reset Sejuro. Maybe could go for a big heal. He doesn't have a Trinket. Could go for maybe Enrage Regendus at best. Might want to use Enrage generally. There it goes. Big bleeds out for the Feral. As Alonia goes in for a bite, Sajira does get next to the Feral. There's going to be Thorns. He has to be very, very careful with it. He needs a lot more healing. I think he might just be done with. Battlemaster Circuit to give him a little bit extra health to work with. No health left whatsoever. Maybe he can go for a Flesh Scout. Needs to deny Alonia a reset. Does get denied, but Mayhem just locks you down with those dots rotting you. Yeah, it's over. The Feral played it as easy, breezy, cheesy as he could. With G-Funk charging out, Flare down. Gonna try to see if he can get the pet over to Alonia, but Alonia does get to break away. And the Swarmage is gonna be, I guess, whopping next to the boys. Or for the team 2. Is he in stealth? It looked like a bit was in stealth for a second. As Alonia does get himself a reset. Flare down for G-Funk. Probably setting up a bunch of traps over this side of the pillar. Actually reposition the player, almost getting Alonia out. And the Pharaoh wants to be careful. Once they get the opener, once they get the proper go onto G-Funk. G-Funk is sitting on the straps, drinking for Alonia. He's going to put himself in a bad situation. If G-Funk goes in for the biggest damage possible, this could be really, really deadly for the Pharaoh. Quick fear by the Hunter as he puts Alonia away. But the Moonfire is going to break the damage, or break the healing of that Manic Bandage. G-Funk with the Flesh Cut sending the pet back to Alonia, trying to keep him in combat. Trying to prevent the Feral from re-stealthing. Alonia has a bark skin for the next set go for G-Funk. And maybe they can pre-wall a lot of damage as well. Gonna be the big damage from the Chakram. It's gonna go for the big explosive Chakram too. Wall for Alonia as they realize it's a big explosive Chakram. G-Funk trying to see if he can max out the damage versus Alonia. Alonia had no defenses anymore. Stun, no trinket available. I think G-Funk might just have him. I think it might be over. One more kill shot and done. Yeah, G-Funk takes him out. Hunts them down. As soon as they burn their trinket, it's over. With Arhi holding the fort as best as he can in that duel, man. Alrighty, boys. Let's see if we can get the other team versus Sentry, I think. Team Sentry got to play again, man. Barely any of them get to play there. Barely any. This time, Team Pav got a chance to play. Got opportunity to play. Yo, Jester, let me know when you're ready. Oh, what's your weapons, Koopa? I want to see your weps. Wait, are those the Rusticon ones from the BOD? Battle for the Zara lore. That's BOD. 5. Whoa. Hey, so PVC ready. Let's see if Jester's ready. I got a group. Wait, are you lead? Are you with Jester? Or do I just add you? Wait, no. That's not what I meant. No. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Add. Yes. No. No. I gotta leave. I can't be part of the group in order to queue you guys. I added you on Real ID, Azrael. If you want to whisper me real quick on Real ID, I can get you in. If you're the lead. I just need to know who's the lead of your group. That's all I need to know. Who's the lead of your group? Hi. Are you guys part of the same team? Possibly. Good job. Yeah, I think they're pretty good, man. Got somebody got a full group now. What's up, Outlaw? Yeah, so you guys got a group? Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's get Sentry versus Azrael. Just to get some variety in here. And we'll probably get Azrael versus Pav right after. Azrael and Sentry. 5. See which arena we're gonna do. Here we go. Got it. I'm just trying to avoid Toverun as best as I can. I should have done the new arena. Okay, somebody remind me after this one to do the new arena, boys. Spam it in chat for me to do the new arena, please. Also, if you guys are watching the stream, having a good time, enjoying yourself, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it, boys. If you're watching the stream and you're not subscribed or hit the bell, what are you doing? Hit subscribe while you're here. If you're gonna be hanging out here anyway, boys. Hey, by the way, we got a shout out priest. Someone in chat was like, yo, we need more priests in these duels. We just got one. Hoping they'll get a chance to play. Yo, Sajiro joining it too. Let's go, dude. My boy Sajiro. Let's go. Hell yes. Hell yeah. I love it. Love it, boys. Which? We got ourselves Aerodry over for the Team 1 as a Rogue Subtlety. We got Fell Rush as a literally a Fell Rusher. Oh, I like that mount. I got it the other day. We got ourselves Koopa. We got ourselves Lord Farquaad. Wait, I think I remember that guy. Lord Farquaad, he joined in before. A while back. And the Blank. I like that name. Blank. G-Funk versus R here. We got ourselves Verna looks like he's going to be first. No, Sajura's going to be first up. Just leaping in there. Looks like Felrish is going to be versing him. Sajura playing out their arms warrior. Big avatar. Banner down. Felrish could be in really big trouble potentially. Maybe a big charge for Sajura. Leaping back in towards Felrish with a reflect in case things go bad. Going to be the hunt. Sajura trinkets with a parry just to make sure he's safe. Felrush has no health whatsoever. Gonna be imprisoned towards Sajura. Looks like he can no longer have his Zerka Rage. Felrush has no health whatsoever. And Sajura just slamming him down. Just taking him out of the game with a bib over in the back as well. Now introduce everybody. Sajura getting hit with a kidney shot. Aaron is just gonna go for most amount of damage. Sajura needs to go for as much stuff as possible. He has a Stormbolt in case things go bad. Potentially Fear. Leaping away. He could Fleshcraft. Does he play Second Wind? I feel like you have to be playing Second Wind. Yeah, he does. He's going to recover all that health back. Sajura likes to play the Arms Warrior, just going for absolutely most amount of damage possible. Charging out over towards Aerodream. Sajura getting hit with a cheap shot. As Aerodream going with a cheap shot, kidney shot, just locking him down. Sajura still holding on to the Fleshcraft. Parry back up in 30 seconds. And Aerodream taking a bit of that damage though. Cloak of Shadows ends in his Arms of Warrior. I don't know what that cloak is going to do for you. Sepsis. This man plays Sepsis. I like it. As the Stormbolt comes down, Urge has no way out of it. Might not go for Vanish. Actually doesn't even have a Vanish. Wait, this man might be in trouble. Kidney shot. Does get himself the prog for Sepsis. Potentially huge damage for Sajura with a cheap shot to follow. Urge doing whatever he can, but it's going to be Seed Pod. Keeping him barely alive. As Sajura looking to take that thing out. Wait, were you just trying to heroic throw to take the thing out? Get it so low, you just heroic throw it down. Big avatar to follow into Lord Farquaad. You might want to have to pop a defensive. Gonna be the Thunder, but I think it was a pair of Sajura. Gonna be that Storm, Static Totem. Dropping him down in place. Stormbolt, wait, Sajura, I think he Stormbolted the Grounding Totem. I think he literally Stormbolted Grounding Totem by accident. Gonna be a wall for Lord Farquaad. As he's still taking a lot of damage. Wait, Sajura could maybe still do big damage right now. Lord Farquaad is going to be popping off Bloodlust. Sajura does not have a defense right now. He might have to do something in order to give him some more defenses to work with. Fear onto Lord Farquaad. As he's super low, but Lord Farquaad turns it around with a big zap into the warrior. Sajura didn't do bad at all there. He held his ground. I feel like this was Sajura just needed like a Stormbolt or a Fear or something. Get a trinket out of Lord Farquaad so he can go for a full Fleshcraft. That's all he could have done at the end. And I don't think he had a leap at that point. I think he went for a Fear and he was like, wait, he's low, maybe I can do enough damage. Because I don't think he could have went for like a Fear and then got maybe his flesh. Oh! I barely watched what happened and Arky just came in and sundered that boy down. Quick Fear by the blank as he eats an Ellie Blast. This is going to be going for a boon? What the? Wait a second. Is this going to be some Giga damage Shadow Priest? Full Void Eruption? Stormbolt? Arky's going to get hit with a CC. Going to be a boon of the Ascendant, potentially big damage. Going to be Arky without wall, just trying to reduce the damage output of this boon. And the Shackles of Malediction is going to be rotting, but a quick Hex will break that shackle. And a quick Fleshcraft for Arky to recover a bit of health. The blank playing Boon of the Ascended? Did he mean to play Kyrian? Because he popped Boon of the Ascended and then used every other ability outside of the boon. So maybe there's a point of it? Maybe he's just trying to go for a big blast out of it? Trying to get a heal, but it's going to be dispersed as Thunder comes down, as Blank is just not in a great position to survive this. Just trying to get whatever healing he can, but Arky is not going to give him an opportunity to recover. Missing that interrupt, Blank needs a heal right now. Thunder to Arky, needs a heal immediately. Thunder taking him out of the game, with Koopa the last one left. What is going on? This is probably some of the fastest duels I've ever watched. Kidney shot into Arky. As he's playing that vent here, I think he's just going to try to see if he can cut right through Arky. Evasion up for this rogue. Trying to see if he can blast out the damage into Arky. Big Ellie blast back into Koopa. And Koopa goes in for a Cloak of Shadows. Arky using whatever Maelstrom and mana he's generated. Just recovers much health. Disarm to Arky. He still is going to generate a lot of Maelstrom. As Koopa getting hit with a stun. Is going to be trinket out of the stun totem. Could go for advantage in case things go really bad. He's super low on health. Gouged by Arky. Next zap is going to be over. Koopa with a kidney shot. I think he might just die here unless he vanishes. And Koopa Troopa does escape out of there. He needs to go for as much recovery as possible. Arky getting himself Ghost Wolves potentially soon. In 20 seconds. And Koopa needs himself recovery. He needs to wait until the Flame Shocks are off. And Arky looking out for him. He has an elemental with him and everything. Does Koopa finally get himself a clean reset? He's getting some healing. He's got himself Sippy Cup. Looks like, yeah, he's just chilling. He just tried to hide behind the field as best he can, potentially sap towards Arky. This rogue is going to have himself a hell of a game versus Shaman. Because you got a class that actually has a ton of healing.
Versus Koopa, he could go for a bunch of CC. I mean, stuns, kidney shots, gouges. I mean, that's a lot of CC. Kidney shot onto Archie with a blind acid trick, and Koopa looking for the reset. The Ghosters are going to be giving him a lot of trouble for now. He needs to go for as much healing and just wait out the wolves. And Archie is all the way charging out towards Koopa. Ellie Blast can take him out. Flash Scout. Koopa is not forcing himself out from behind the pillar. Oh, could be a really tight spot. Koopa does grapple out. He does have a Flame Shock rolling on him. Gouge is going to put a DR onto Archie's sap and just zap him down. Well, that was really quick. Yo, Archie with 3 kills that quickly. Zero with 1? No, Zero with 2. I believe, unless I'm wrong on that one, right? Am I wrong or am I not wrong? Ah. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? That was a really short one. We need another one. Thank you, down for the duels. Had fun on Monk and Rogue. Let's go, Valiant. Hope you had fun. Which one? Which rogue were you? Were you that rogue that just played? True, they're full elite. Yeah, a lot of these boys got a lot of gear. Volky, yeah. Because one was a pod, it does too. Yeah. Pod does not count as a kill, but I feel like maybe they should. I understand why they don't change it. Radiant Minor Q Arena. Yo, Pav, gotcha. Maybe you can go Azrael if you got a group versus Pav. Yo, Pav, let me know. Azrael, let me know if you guys got a group. Pav, let me know if you got a group. You want more? All right, we're gonna wait. One more for him, and we're good to go, boys. Wait, Ather just got somebody send him 20k gold. Really? Ather is rich. Honor points will not reset at the start of season 3. Chat, a lot of you guys have asked me about this. But here's Blizzard confirming. We can confirm honor will not reset at the start of season 3. I understand for this carry over. We're going to correct missing this, a message on this. I think in the past it never reset, did it? Pav is ready. Azrael needs 2 more. Okay, Azrael, we'll give you like 30 seconds. If you guys want to join in Team Azrael, hit up Player vs. Player Premium Group Custom PvP. Top number 5 at the top. Enter. And make sure you have all your filters on. And you should be able to find Azrael with a group. Or I guess Azrael or whoever's lead of that group. Yeah, new one, the Q1? Yeah, we'll do the new arena. It's called Moldrax's Arena, I think, yeah? Moldrax's. So Moldrax's is not on the wiki. But hopefully I can spell Moldrax's Coliseum fine. I just need to spell one of those two. Hey, Dal, love your stream. What's up, Dreadfire? I do, my man. Hope you guys are having a good one. Hey, I'm glad I've seen so many new faces in the chat, boys. How y'all doing? Welcome back. If you guys are watching the stream, might as well hit subscribe. Be awesome. Koopa, listed in LFG, man. Listed in LFG. Trade chat is gonna help a little. I don't know how many because we are in Argent Dawn, so I don't know how many RPers will join in. But yeah, LFG. If you listed, all the boys that are looking might find you. What's up, Lumanto? You need Horde Alliance? We're EU right now, Lumanto. Tomorrow is NA if you want to join some. Yeah. Tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. East Coast. Alliance and Horde will be probably looking. I'm sure Night King and Seavark will be looking for making groups. Chicago most likely will be making groups. And I'm sure we'll got Mikey and anybody else over on the NA to make some Horde groups. I think Mikey... No, also Skills. Skills makes groups too. I'm really bad with names. Really bad with names. Listen, LG, there you go. Find them, boys. Find them. Top number 5 in the search, and you find them right there. I guess we'll do Pav versus Sentry while we wait. Did Jester see him fall apart? That's unfortunate, if that's true. We'll do Pav, Vac, and Sentry. 5. Maldraxxus. Potentially? Join as a group failed. Wow, Maldraxxus Coliseum. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the new arena. The name. Coliseum. Let's try Coliseum. Instead of Maldraxxus, we'll type in Coliseum. Maybe that'll work. Join as a group failed. Will this work if I take away 1? Okay, I don't think Maldraxxus Coliseum works right now. Wait, hold on. Hold on, can I do the other arena? Can I do the other one? Hold on, I want to try the other arena. That technically doesn't work. Are the game files in? Genki, I guess? I would just want to try the other one. Give me a sec. Yeah, we might not be able to do Maldraxxus. I think we can't do Maldraxxus until the new season starts. That might be a way to go. We might not be able to queue. Huh? Wait. Okay, this one is not a real arena. Not a real arena. Wait, did it not work? Let's try it again. I'm trying the other arena that isn't available. Apparently the game lets me queue for that. Oh, it doesn't let. Okay, so it says it queues for it, but nothing happens. So the other arena is the Zereth Mortis arena. It lets you queue for it, but nothing happens. Although when I type in Maldraxxus, it doesn't even let you queue to begin with. All kinds of weird. What the? Yo, somebody's giving Atho like 30k gold now. What the hell? Okay, well, we can't do the new Maldraxxus arena. Try Maldraxxus again now. All right, we'll try it again. One more Maldraxxus. Nothing. It says join the group failed. Okay, so we can't do Maldraxxus. We'll do the other arenas. What haven't we done yet? We've done almost all the good ones. What about Hook? Hook Point is pretty good. I like Hook. Bugged. Yeah, it just doesn't let me queue. So the game lets me queue for the one that isn't in 9.2, right? The Zereth Mortis arena called Enigma Arena. Maybe they'll change the name, but that's what they had for patch 9.2. Is the arena that's supposed to have like walls that are moving and stuff. So that arena, it lets you queue, but it doesn't actually put us in queue. It says queued for arena, but it doesn't actually put us in queue. But for Maldraxxus, which is in the game file somewhere, I guess it's just not enabled. It's not a flipped on switch. It doesn't even let us like get the message that we queued up. It just says group failed. So maybe once season 3 begins, next week, Tuesday, Wednesday reset, is then we can queue that arena. Because that arena is good. It's like a smaller Tolveron, right? It has those 3 pillars, but it's not that big of pillars. It's a wide arena, but the pillars are small enough where you don't have that crazy good mobility like advantage. Like it's kind of close to Tolveron, but not quite. I like the look of that arena, man. It's a good looking arena. Definitely next week, boys. Definitely next week we'll be doing more of that one, yeah? How did that sound? How did that sound, boys? This is a fun duels today. Twitch. Got ourselves Team 2 together with G-Funk. We got ourselves Arky. Looks like Arky's first up. With Verne in the back. Yo, Verne got a chance to play Sajira, and we got a Bib versus Team Alonia over on Team 1. We got ourselves Fassel. We got ourselves Darley. Jesus. It looks like Kiosco is going to be first up. Meeting Arky with Kiosco playing as a male hunter. Did you change your mog and gender? Is that like a second hunter you have? But playing BM this time around. Switching it up a little bit instead of survival. Big death shocker for Kiosco. Blasting out big damage towards Arky. Not playing the Necro Lego, so looks like playing defensive Lego for now. Wall up for Arky as he's trying to reduce some of the damage taken from the hunter. Big Cobra shots back to back as the pets are clawing and biting at Arky. Kiosco hitting big lightning bolts though, so better be careful. Son to Arky could maybe be a trick out of Arky, choosing not to, as Kiosco is just continuing to put pressure into Arky. Is going to be an early exile, just to put that thing on cooldown as early as possible. Actually, I think that was not even an exile. I think that might have been a Warlock Hellstone, because looking at exile right now, it does have a cooldown on it. It looks like the cooldown's been there for quite a bit. So I think that was a Warlock Hellstone for Fassel. Arky sending out big LE blasts, and Kiosco having to go for a defensive here. He does empower the pet. The pets are going in big damage, but Kiosco does need to go for a little bit of recovery. I wonder if Kiosco will go for maybe a Manic Bandage. I doubt he's playing Manic Bandage of his own though. Gonna be big zaps and Kiosco is trying to get whatever he like. I think Arky, he just outlasted the Hunter. Big LE blast trying to get the Storm Strikes in. Just needs one more lightning bolt, does take him out. I think it was just a normal lightning bolt blast. I don't think it was like an empowered lightning bolt with the Necrolord Covenant Primordial or anything. What's up, Felipe? Good evening. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. as Jesus does go for a chain of ice, dropping Archie out in the open, trying to see if he can keep him gripped out in the open. Going to be A-bomb joining in, Trinket out of Archie with a pet stun right after, trying to send in the Army of the Dead. Archie is just pincered on two corners. He got the Death Knight on him, but he also got all these ghouls chasing after him, clawing right through his defenses, just sitting in Ghost Wolf with a wall, trying to get whatever health recovery he can. And that's going to be a quick breakaway from the Death Knight, just enough to get himself a full Flesh Scout rolling. Playing that Marilyn Soulbind, so immune to CC and has recovery after channeling full Flesh Scout. Jesus trying to bunker down as best as he can, dropping down the big dome. Better stay in it as best as possible. AMS down, does not get the yoink back towards Argy. But he does hit him with a Chain of Ice. Is going to be sacrificing a goal, summoning a new one. Anarchy is given an opportunity to break away from the Death Knight for a second, get a bit of Maelstrom, bit of mana, and recover as much health as he can. Jesus dropping down a full stun into Archie with big death claws back to back, trying to keep the pressure rolling onto the Shaman. Anarchy goes in for a big Storm Strike. Jesus eating a big Ellie Blast to the face. Gonna be a quick stun. Actually no, Human Racial. Breaking him out of the stun as the Death Knight's health gets super low. The Army of the Dead joining in. Archie does have a wall coming out very soon. Big Ellie Blast into Jesus. Might have to go for a death pack here. Trying not to necrotic out his health just yet. It looks like the Death Knight got a bit of recovery, trying to bait the Shaman out in the open. It's going to be a quick shear and just dips behind the pillar as Archie uses a lot of that mana and the Maelstrom he's accumulated to recover as much health and stay healthy here versus the DK. He is looking just to scout out Archie, keep it bay for a second as the Death Knight got a lot of recovery. He's pretty healthy right now. So is the Shaman. Ghostos ready for the Shaman in case he needs him. Wall back up. So actually has everything but a trinket. Wait, do you get a trinket back quicker whenever you use the Thunder Charge? Oh, am I wrong on that one? Might be wrong on that one, though. And Jesus looking for that reset away from R. He just trying to stay away while the Ghost was on him. He's going to be spending a little bit of that runic power he built up for a Death Strike or two, just to make sure he's stopped off and recovered. No flesh cut up for this guy for a while. No flesh cut up for Archie either. Gonna be full cooldowns as Jesus got himself full A-bomb limb. Abomination joining in. Army of the Dead dropping in very soon. No interrupt available as it's a full flesh cut for Archie. And Archie is going to have himself a little bit of recovery. A big Ellie Blast. The Death Knight used to get the full Army of the Dead joining in. There goes the stun trinket for Archie. Army of the Dead now joining in. Archie has a full wall ready to go. And lots of Maelstrom built up. Jesus got himself full bar of runic power. Could go for big death strikes. Lots of recovery. While Lichburn is up, should be able to death call himself back up to full. Earth Elemental joining in. So Archie can just fight toe to toe against this Death Knight. Both of them a bit of a standstill. Jesus going for a sacrifice in his goal. Summoning a fresh new one. Archie's still out in the open, just tussling as Jesus rotates into IBF. Is going to be running out of cooldowns. Massive procs out of Archie. Jesus could be in big trouble. Does go for whatever heal he can with a death pact, but now he's necrotic out. He can't recover for a while. Unless he tries to fight the necrotics. Big Ellie Blast. I think it's going to be over. Archie just ends up outlasting these boys out in the arena. Just standing and facing them. Just dropping down two boys so far with what looks like Fassel may be up next. Setting up a full flash cup running wild. And does have a pets and everything ready. And Archie is just gonna have to find himself a better angle versus Fassel. I think Fassel actually has a chance to win this one. He just didn't give himself like the biggest procs versus Archie. With a big decimator bolt, and he'll be in a good spot. Fassel getting interrupted with a fear really early, walking away from the capacitor totem way before that discharge stuns him. As Archie sets up a primordial big lightning bolt. That's going to be Fell Lord dropping in. Fassel got Archie exactly where he wants him. Could go for back-to-back stuns. Fell Lord just chunking out a good portion of Archie's health. Could be maybe another stun. Archie bails out of it completely. Fassel finds himself at about half his health. But should be able to get himself a little bit of recovery from all those pets attacking Archie. Gonna be an interrupt on the Tyrant, and Fassel just sitting next to the Fell Lord. Wait. Did Fassel DC? Potentially? Oh no. I think Fassel DC'd. I mean, Fell Lord is still doing stuff. Wall is up. I think Fassel DC'd. Yeah, I think Fassel DC'd. They're burning off defenses, but they're unable to move. That is unfortunate. Rip. Well, maybe Fassel could come back. Maybe Aloni could res him, and they could have another go. Very, very unfortunate, but we won't count that against Fassel. not much you can do. Alonia in, bleeding out Arhi, trying to go for Shackles of Malediction. Quick Thunder to break up the Shackle. Arhi is still under a lot of pain though. Does get a short stun to Alonia, not choosing to Trinket versus that Capacitor Totem. Arhi still under a ton of pressure. Plenty of mana, but does he have the Maelstrom? For now, he has Maelstrom flowing in as we hit that 7-minute mark. Big blast towards Alonia as it got full berserk, full burst rolling. Arhi does get himself a little bit of healing rolling up. Does have wolves joining in, so that's going to be at least some mana generation. Barskin might need to be out for Alonia as he does pop a wall. Alonia is actually under a lot of pressure as well. Arhi can turn around with a big Lightning Bolt zabs. Sunder, Primordial set up. Lightning Bolt could be huge right now. Bash onto Arhi, trying to go for a Cyclone. Arhi does not have a Trinket. Alonia needs to go for as much recovery as possible. Playing the Restoration Affinity, so the big Swiftman does get him topped off. Arhi is still generating a lot of Maelstrom, spending it for a self-heal. Ghost is joining in. Might just want to go for as much Maelstrom versus Alonia offensively. Could potentially make something happen here. Going to be a stun just to break away, and looks like Arhi is just looking to recover. Has himself walled back up. Big Ellie Blast to Alonia. Does he have a Primordial to follow? Alonia does break away with the Ursels. Got to yoink in the wolves and Arhi back towards that area. Towards that side of the pillar. Arhi is still with the wall. Quick stun on Alonia. Trinket for the Feral Druid. Primordial set up. Next Lightning Bolt could be huge. And Alonia just tried to get as much health as possible. There's nobody that can really stop the big Lightning Bolt setup for Arhi unless they just wait it out. Quick stun onto Arhi, try to build up some damage, bleeds it back up. Potentially could go for Feral Frenzy. Could be big damage. Ellie blast out of Arhi. Needs to go for as much healing as possible. Ghost would need to join in. Does he even have a global to spare? Does spare it. Trying to get some damage back to Alonia. Needs some more healing, but Alonia does end up shredding right through him. That was actually really, really close. I could have been anyone's game. And Verna is going to be up next as a Demon Destruction Warlock with a Curse of Fragility and the new Incubus, which isn't really going to do much damn or much CC to Alonia. You can't really seduce a Druid while in feral form, but if they ever dip out of that form to get himself a heal, maybe like a Swiftman or Rejuve, that could be pretty good. Verna just dropping down Rain of Fire. As Alonia just stealth, creeping in, getting their opener, you're not going to be able to go for that Incubus CC at all. Potentially, Verna might just have to wait until they maybe get a Infernal on him. Verna just bleeding out, actually. Dark Pact might give you a little bit of survivability, but your health is just dropping like a rock. Wait, Verna might be in big trouble. Popped all the offensive cooldowns. But it's just melting. Feral leaping in, big bite. Oh, as Infernal crashes down, Alonia does end up taking him out. And the Bib up next with the Sub-Rogue, trying to get the big ruptures into Alonia as they're in bear form. Thorns up, trying to get the Rogue to back off. And Alonia looking for a bit of health reset. Was that a Frenzy Regen or maybe a Rejuve? Going to be a Shadow Strike out of the Rogue as he's back in action. As a Necrolord too, so he's got a lot of sustain dam. Getting a shot onto Alonia, potentially big damage out of the Rogue, a bit with the Shadow Blades. Alonia under a ton of pressure, blind as a Frenzy Regen comes in, but the Frenzy Regen healing is got heavily reduced to 29% dampening, and that's in bear form too. I think it's crazy big reduced. A Bib getting the Shadow Striker open over around the corner. He's got to be quick, interrupt with that kick as Alonia trying to put the Rogue in a Cyclone. And I think the Cyclone almost goes through it. Oh, as it trinkets, Eviscerate goes out. Darley, last one to hold the fort for Team 1. He's got to burn through 3 melee. Can you do it? A Bib getting hit with a Nova. This is going to be Darley with a mobile Frostbolt. Interesting. So he's playing for a normal blink. Alter time up so you can reduce a lot of the damage he's taking when he gets real low. Going to be that ice form to make him immune to stuns. But Darley no longer has a Shimmer, so you can't really chase after a Bib effectively by shimmering around him. Trying to maybe set up Mirrors of Torment, going to be no interrupt out of the Rogue. Darley has to go for an Ice Block. A Bib still has a Mirrors of Torment. Maybe Darley might poke out of the Ice Block early in order to prevent a Bib. Potentially. I think the Mirrors of Torment is going to be gone. I doubt a Bib is going to... Wait, what did a Bib stealthing put him in the... Did his stealth in that prog the mirrors? What the? Tricking out of Darley? It looks like he didn't have a blink out of that stun. And the Bib should be able to get himself a reset. Darley with a triple shield at 37% dampener. Dropping down Frozen Orb as well as a Blizzard just to get some pressure onto the Rogue. Slow him down as he's trying to chase after him around the pillar. That's going to be potentially another Frostbolt. Darley just trying to go for those mobile Frostbolts all the time so you can reverse a lot of the damage he's taken from the Rogue. Door Shadow just to separate from him. A Bib looking for recovery behind the pillar. That Frostbolt actually doing quite a bit of damage while Ice Form is up. Darley will have that ult at time to put himself back in a good spot. Blinking around the corner. Nova onto a bib. Trying to go for another frostbolt. Going to be a advantage for a bib just to reconnect with that shadow strike. Going to be more spikes out of Darley. Lots of comp points built up. Shadow stepping just to stay on him. Darley has to go for yet another ice block just to recover. As the bib is burning through a lot of his defenses and offenses there. Shadow Blade's back up. Blind back up. So the rogue should be in control here. Darley no longer with an ice block. That's going to be a quick interrupt on the frost. Can no longer even pop a defensive kid in the shot. Darley can blink out of it. Maybe can drop down frozen orb with a blizzard. Nova onto a bib. Trying to get a Mirrors of Torment. Blind out of the rogue. This is looking for a reset. And mirrors are only going to do damage to the rogue whenever he does something. Stealth? I don't think stealth is enough to put a Mirrors of Torment debuff on him. Or really do the silence and the root aspect. Ultra for Darley at the last second, does get himself ice form, no stuns from the rogue for a second, does get the interrupt on Shadow. Polymorph potentially does land the poly. And Darley is just under a ton of pressure. At least he can Dora Shadows to get away. But if he has any dots on him, he does have a spike on him. Wait, this could be really bad. He could just die to the spike, actually. Trying to alliance him, and Bib just has him in a good spot. I think Darley just dies. Yeah, he just dies to the spike, just bleeds out. That is so unfortunate. Arheed had a lot of damage, a lot of healing, by the way. Holy. That's a lot of damn. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one up and running. Yeah, let's get another duel rolling for the night. Let's get another one in here. Pav and Central played each other. Do we have Azel with a group? If Azel's back up, we can get him versus Pav potentially. Maybe? Or if Jester still got a group? Possibly. Jester got a group or Azel got a group? Let's get him versus Pav. And I don't know what arena we go now. Pav. Azrael. Oh, yeah, Azel. That's not the name. That's not your name. What arena haven't we done now? I guess we can do this one. Got a group? I gotcha. Haven't done this one in a while. I'm just trying to avoid Chilveron as best I can, boys. Always last? Yeah, holy, it's super unfortunate. Oh, actually, Chil left? Oh, no. Well, maybe Pav can get a couple more boys in here in just 30 seconds or something. Yeah. Shaman's so strong, especially played with a good player. Yeah, Shaman's a nuts. Past few years, been enjoying time back. Still trying to figure out what class I want to main now. Been trying to figure out over the past few hours. Yo, Void, there's a lot going on. You got to peep the tier sets. You also should peep the legendaries too. Peep those tier sets and double Legos. Because there's going to be a lot of things to play with. Like some classes have really strong double Legos and a lot of variety of like different covenants that can play. Like mages and warriors I think have probably the most variety right now. Like really solid choices. I think warlocks also have really solid choices too. Rogues got pretty good choices actually. I'd say actually a lot of classes have really good choices. I think like the only ones that kind of lack is maybe like certain specs and classes within like PvP or PvE. Like I can't imagine a lot of death that's going to play Night Fiend PvP, right? So it's very, very difficult to like say, you know, oh, that's definitely going to be good. Looking for 2 more alliance? Pavel looking for more boys. Let's get him in here, man. 2 more ally boys will get Pavak and Azrael in here. So it's just Imba. Milky asking who's going to be who's Imba. Slavic, right? What's up, G-Funk? Yeah, dude, everything, yeah, worldwide stuff, everything going on in Ukraine, that shit is spooky. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, man. I don't actually comment on stuff like that often. Because, you know, I'm a YouTube channel that's here for entertainment and WoW videos. But, yo, hopefully everybody's staying safe, man. Honestly. It's crazy over there. It's nuts. Holy moly. Yeah, hopefully Holy Moly will actually get a chance to play. Let's see if Pav can somehow get a group together. And hopefully we'll be able to get a group together, yeah? Hopefully. I've been enjoying these duels a lot, by the way, boys. I can't wait till we get tier sets and double Legos. I can't wait till we start grinding gear, man. I think it's gonna be so good. Double Legos in particular are looking to just get so much more variety because all these covenants just go up in value. Necrolord Hunter becomes so much stronger because you can just play the defense and the offense. Or you can play Venti for that big bleed too. That could be really strong as well. Or Kyrian maybe? Maybe Kyrian? Potentially? No, not PvP. Well, actually, the Kyrian is nice. In PvE, it's going to be really good. Because he brings some groups. What's up, Dad? What's up, Sean? How you doing, my man? Hope you was having a good one. As always, if you guys enjoyed the stream, having a good time, give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. If you guys are watching the duels and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the bell while you're at it. Шаманы хорошие стали, роги сильнее, окей сильнее, Loki сильнее, Kote сильнее, Pharaoh's the strong. There's a lot of strong classes out there. That's very true. That is very, very true. Didn't realize I had just a little bit of coffee left in that cup. Polish it off real quickly. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening, by the way. Hope everyone's having a good one. Good, but I'm US servers. Yo, Joe, we'll be on the NA servers tomorrow. NA servers 5V5 1v1 same time tomorrow. Do we have groups, boys, or are we done scheme? With Azrael, with Pav, and Sentry. Are we done for the evening, boys, or are we still going? I'll give you a couple more minutes, because it is about that time for me to get some food. Simison 2, unless you want to Q3 or 5. Nah. If you guys are alliance and want to join in Team Pava, got us as 5V5 in our group. Also, Sentry's looking for a +1 as well. We got one group on Horde, one group on Alliance. If you guys want to join in for the 5V5 1v1 duels. I'll fall off when we get the tier set and double Lego though. Likely. Yeah, because they're defensively, they're a little bit weaker now. With the some of the healing nerfs have gotten. Like emergency healing and Friends of Region by itself got a little bit weaker, so they're not as like self-sustaining. And Necrolord also got nerfed a little bit too, so you know. But yeah, the tier set did get nerfed. I feel like tier set is still gonna be nuts in PvP, even if it got nerfed. I feel like it was mostly a PvE nerf, but it is gonna affect in PvP. Ready to put us in, coach? Ready to play? Yo, Azrael wants to get one more game. I got it. I want to get you guys in here. Would have said either Sentry or Pav ready to go versus you guys. So Sentry needs one more. Pav needs 2 more on the 9s. Double Lego, dude. Yeah, I will see. I want to say Feral as a Kyrian with double Lego is going to be really, really good. Like, you're still going to get a lot of versatility out of it if you pair with an Necrolord player. Even though it's reduced, it is still going to be good. I think Night Phase is going to be giga. Like 1 minute CD on your burst, plus you get another offensive Lego. That's a lot of damage. Or potentially, I don't know if you play Necro unless you're looking for a multi-bleed build. That could kind of work. I don't think you play Venthyr. So I guess Kyrian and Night Phase are both looking really, really solid. I guess you would still play Necrolord, not for the double Lego, but for the bleed and the fact that you can amp up the cure that set bleed. I was about to say Covenant bleed. No, I was about to say Convoke bleed. And I had to stop myself there. Короче, все сильные типа, да, я думаю. Nightfoot plus the tank Lego is gonna be cheesy. Yeah, Nightfoot with the tank and Lego, you might have to play that. It might be really, really solid. Because now you can play like, you can have like your Covenant Lego as the offensive Lego. What the hell is this? I mean, I know I'm on an RP server, but this man's literally looking like a... What the... He just died? This man following him around, and this man just died. I think I just witnessed a murder? Or no? Potentially? Costume? Whoa. Oh yeah, Mog? Yeah, that looks good. I think the axe could maybe be like... If the axe had a lightning effect to it, like the Doom Hammer, that'd be awesome. But I think that's as good as you can get with lightning and fire. That looks good though. That does look really good. Do we got groups, boys? Since you got a 4.5, the 0.5 is you, huh? You're a 1.5 man, aren't you? Yeah, we'll give it a couple more minutes. Maybe like 1 more minute if we don't get groups, boys. We'll figure something out. Probably call it there and I'll go get food. Because I am hungry. We ended up streaming for quite a while too. I came into the stream a little late, but we ended up streaming for... Wait, only 2 hours? No way. No way. Only 2 hours? I felt like we were streaming for way longer than that. Happy Friday. What's up, Gary? My guy. Hope you're having a good one, my man. Много скоро усили, если бы сказал то... Okay, I tried to read what Arhi wrote, but I'm actually like, I forgot so much more Russian. I'm just like... Koro. I don't know what that is. Maybe an acronym for something? I have no idea. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good one. I'm excited for tomorrow's duels, man. Team NA. We're gonna get your boy Seavark, Mikey, Chicago. Hopefully we'll have your boy Chill Pills joining in. That's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm really excited. Also, we got seasonal stuff next week too. Season 3 actually opened. We got the new raid. Can't wait to stream that and bring you guys in for that. We got the new season for PvP too. I can't wait to start grinding that, man. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Once we get our tier sets, yo, rogues are gonna be insane with tier sets. By the way, we know to play cross faction. Yeah, cross faction is gonna be awesome. I feel like it's been something that maybe we should have gotten like a long while ago, but it's awesome we get into this patch. I guess technically it's gonna be like as a prep for the next patch or expansion at this point. What's up, Soren Animal Man? Hope you have a good one. Gonna bring that up to Simport? True. Didn't we have a night elf at the start with Assassination Rogue over the bat with the team Pava? With Pava's teams? Yeah, but it's gonna be awesome though. Being able to get Alliance and Horde in here, cross faction is gonna be so good. Just the fact that you can play with your friends no matter what faction they are, I think it's gonna be awesome. You know what I mean? Just being able to play with your friends like, oh, what faction you start with? Oh, you gotta remake a character. No, none of that. It's gonna be like, oh, hey, you wanna play together? Hey, what are you playing? Oh, you know, I'm playing a Night Elf. Cool, I'm playing a Troll Druid. Let's just pair up and do a dungeon or two. But it's only gonna be like for pre-made group stuff, so you'll only be able to do it for endgame, like questing, you're still gonna be playing with the members of your faction. Random BG is still gonna play in your faction. Come on, boys, in the Moss game? Yo, we just did a +1 for either Sentry or Pava. Oh, Pava I think is a +2. We need a +1 for both Sentry or Pava. We need a 5-man team and we're good to go. We're just doing invent the calling quest on a fun slow do picture fan there. Weird post he makes. Huh. Yeah. He does look kind of weird. I think he was trying to like go for a slam, but his legs are stretched. I think it's supposed to be like an action pose and his legs are stretched for like the momentum effect. When you actually pause some of the, it's kind of like when the demon hunters play against monks or hunters, they have like a stretchy effect sometimes when they get hit by incap or freezing trap. A lot of the character models animations actually have a bit of that stretch. And when you look at the animations in model viewer, you really can see that stretch, but it adds a little bit of that momentum. It adds a bit of that speed and like the, how fast the character is, because it looks like they blur on screen, but they kind of like actually blur in game to give you that like feeling of momentum. It's actually kind of cool when they do that. Overwatch does a lot of that, so that's why Overwatch is like, if you freeze frame certain animations of characters from Overwatch when that was popular, there would be like a stretchy effect, kind of uncanny too. What are they? What in the fuse? Both Horde and Alliance. So Sentry is Horde, Pava is Alliance. So it's one group on one faction, one group on the other faction, and Azrael got a 5-man raid to go on Horde. When the final release full DAL. When will the release full DAL? What do you mean? The patch 9.25 or like season 3? Season 3 is this Tuesday reset or Wednesday reset for the EU boys. Like this raid is open on Heroic and Normal on Tuesday, on Wednesday for you guys. And the season 3 is open Wednesday and Mythic Plus season is open Wednesday. So like the grind really begins this in the upcoming reset. There's still a lot to do this week too. I haven't even done my Korthia stuff, or not Korthia. Zareth Morta stuff, dude. I'm so used to calling everything the new zone Korthia. It's gonna take me a while to unlearn. Well, let's group together with each other so they can play. So Azrael is a Horde, Sentry is Horde, Pav is Alliance. So yeah, we need to either +1. Sentry got a group. Yo, Azrael, you still got a group? Still there? We still got a group. The Sentry got a group together. Sentry got a +1. He says. Let me make sure that Azrael still have the group, because if Azrael dropped his group, yeah, all right, we got you guys. Azrael, what do we do here, man? I think we're done majority of them at this point, unless we want to do like Robodrome or something. Let's do Robodrome. Yeah, I don't want to flashbang you guys with Elysium. I feel like it's way too bright. There we go. Robodrome boys. I also gotta stop announcing these. Maybe I will go back to Random Arena and we'll just get a Tolverol once in a while. I know you guys hate Tolverol. I hate it too, trust me. But I kind of like just being able to randomize it, because sometimes it does give us a completely random or same arenas we just played. You guys did a farm rep with all the main and new Lego in your progress, or with all two? I think only main for Lego progress, maybe. Only your main. If you want to get like any of the extra stuff, apparently you always have to. I'm pretty sure once your main gets revered, all your ults can buy everything from the vendor as well. I feel like only as soon as your main gets revered with a vendor, all your ults will be able to buy the vendor stuff. So just make sure you're focusing on your main's progression with the reps and stuff. Which. We got us a team one together with Gurpil. What the? Gurpuli. What a name. We got a paladin here with Arki. We got us Verna, Sujira, and a Bib versus Fel Rush over for the team 1. I think a man got to play only once. We got us Infamal as a Frost Mage as well. We got Koopa Troopa. Oh, I like that Red Mog. We got some Lord Farquaad and the Blank. Yo, boys, don't stand out here. You're going to get zapped by that coil. Yeah, come down where everybody else is at. Yeah, Fel Rush getting knocked down. Yeah, just chill out here. By the wall, you'll be fine. Infamal going up first versus Verna, going for the Deathborn with a Frostbolt. He's hoping not to get interrupted by Verna's pet. And Infamal is just going down for flurries. It's going to be ultra big damage to Verna. Wait, Verna could die with a wall up right now. Verna avoiding that Infernal stun by going full form. Going to be a big cannonball. Infernal getting hit with a stun, with a fear. Verna have no health right now. Wait, Infernal could just take him out with lances. You're just poking at him with lances. Infernal did get hit by Curse of Fragility for a second, but the Frostbolt is likely going to take him out. Fear onto Infernal as he got his boys in here. Chaosbolt hitting him, but he got plenty of shields. Infernal taking a bit of that damage, but a lot of the damage is getting reduced with the help of those images. Blizzard around the corner. Infernal. What's his pet at? Is his pet on the mage? Oh, looks like maybe the pet get killed with lances? No, the pet is on him. He sent the pet back. I guess he would put it back in there. And that's going to be lances as he gets frozen in. And Infernal absolutely just blasted him out as a Necrolord. Just gave him the business. Going to be a Polymorph versus a Bib as he goes in with the Shadow Blades. And Infernal got himself full burst. Lances. And that's going to be massive damage. While in Ice Form, Infernal taking a lot of damage. The ulti time is up so you can reduce a lot of damage. Put himself back to full, or almost full. Trying to land a Poly versus a Bib. Could potentially be an Ice Bucket. Infernal does go for the block. A Bib did burn his Shadow Blades in there. Burned both dances by the looks of it. Unless this man is playing just one dance. No, he's playing two dances. But Infernal did go for a full Flash Scout. Full shields are up. Try to see if he can Blizzard down to Bib. Does he get it? No, just drops down Blizzard on his location. A Bib looking for that reset. Shadow striking in as Infernal picks up on a mound. Gonna be a Bib potentially with a cloak. Vanish maybe? Rune power for Infernal. Infamal? I keep messing his name. It's Infamal. Might be on that one, by the way. I don't do it on purpose. A bit taking a bit of damage from Infamal, though. That's from those slapping. Especially when he gets those Novas in. Or those Druids. Going to be a Shimmer as he's trying to stay away from the Rogue. Shadow Step by the Rogue to close that gap. And Infamal has himself a second Ice Bucket in case things go bad. Trinket's trying to Nova a Bib. Not going to happen as he got himself Shadow Dance. No Shadow Cloak just yet. Infamal might have to go Ice Bucket again. As many just having to go for as much recovery as possible. A Bib so far has been able to get a lot of defenses out of the Frost Mage, but the Frost Mage does have a bit of a bite to him. Infamal dropping down Blizzards as a Bib goes for a full Flash Scout. Infamal needs to go for a little bit of food of his own. He no longer has a big out, no longer has an Ice Block, Trinket, maybe Ultra Time is best as he got. Trying to land a Poly onto a Bib is going to get interrupted on it. Nova onto a pre-Nova to Bib, maybe with a big damage. Trying to go for big Frostbolts. Big flurry. A Bib not taking the most amount of damage just yet. I think he had a full Flash Scout just to keep him alive. You're going to be the all the time. Infamal is doing A-OK. The only thing he can get is maybe interrupted. A Bib not clock shadows yet. Infamal trying to see if he can get himself all the time to reverse some of the health. A Bib looking for that reset behind the pillar. Blizzard not quite hitting him. But Infamal just trying to make sure that he has a Blizzard in front of him so if the Rogue walks back to him, he's having to walk through a Blizzard. Not really trying to put the Blizzard where the Rogue is at. Frozen Orb kind of goes rolling way out there. A Bib goes in for a Vanish. Huge crit. Big damage. Infamal, I think, is going to be going down. Had himself a hell of a go. But does go down in the end. With Lord Farquaad up next. Sending in the Demon Dogs. I'm so used to calling the dogs the Ghost Wolves Demon Dogs every time. But sending out the Ghost Wolfies. Versus Rogue, at the Rogue a Bib looking for that reset. Does get away from the Wolfies, but still in combat, looking maybe to get a setup which Lord Farquaad disarm. So Lord Farquaad can generate Maelstrom for a bit. That's going to be Shadow Blades potentially with full burst. Dances up. Does he go for Blades? No, actually, he's going to just wait out. Kindred Shot was very short. versus Lord Farquaad. Maybe that's why he didn't Blades. But the Rogue might need to go for a full reset. Vanish not available for a bit. As soon as that Cloak of Shadows is gone, the Rogue might be in big trouble. The Rogue, does he have anything? Blind is back up. He's going to use Blind. Lord Farquaad could choose to trinket it. Chooses to trinket the last second. He needs to make sure the Rogue doesn't go anywhere. Big Ellie Blast him. Could be in bad spot. Does even get a shot? Does go down with a Vanish going back up at the last second at the end. Super unfortunate. But does go down with Lord Farquaad busting out the Earth Elemental with a Fleshcraft. Is it going to be Arcanix? No, it's going to be Guru. The Paladin charging out, getting slow into Lord Farquaad. Saying your full name, Lord Farquaad, over and over. I feel like I should just go with Farquaad. I give everybody nicknames just to make it easy for myself. Guru with the wings, blasted it out. Farquaad with the wall. Trying to see if he can live. Charging big damage, attention, run through. Oh! Oh my goodness, this Shaman just blasted the Pally out of the game completely. What the? The man didn't have a chance to bubble. Sejiro up next is a Fury Warrior. Sejiro swapping it out instead of going for arms. This time Fury. Trying to see if he can clobber down Farquaad. If he can. Big LA Blast looks Sejiro backs up out of there just to deal. Just to get away from the capacitor turn him, avoiding the stun as best as he can. Full Primordial to get it set up by the Shaman. Big Sunder onto the Warrior. And just continue to blast damage into Farquaad. Taking a bit of damage of his own. Actually, Big Ellie Blast by the Shaman. Sejiro needs to go for as much stuff healing as possible. Burning off the full Frenzy regen. Farquaad is in big trouble right now. It looks like the Warrior does end up slamming him down. Take a bit. The Haunt comes in. His Spell Rush doesn't even give the Warrior an opportunity. Just going in and rushing. Had strong at him. Going to be that I-beam. As Sejiro does go for the trinket. I think out of that stun. Leaping away from the Warrior just to get himself a bit of a flesh cut. Well, it's going to be a Demon Hunter. Leaping after the Warrior. Does not have a way to re-engage with him. I-beam getting interrupted as the Warrior pummels him. I guess right in the eyeballs. Because the I-beam comes from the eyes. And you pummel him. I guess knock him in the head. Disrupt the flow of the fel from the eye sockets. I'm not really sure how that would work. Trinket out of the Demon Hunter with this on Sejiro. Could be in big trouble. Sejiro needs a bit of healing. Fel Rush though at low health whatsoever. Needs to execute. It's going to be lead by the Warrior. Does he have a Zerkus out of there in prison? Looks like he doesn't. Should though. What else would he burn a Zerkus for? I think he should have it. Fel Rush coming back in with an I-beam. Trying to see if he can Fel Rush right to Sejiro. But the Warrior caught up on quite a lot of health. Interrupting and executing the Demon Hunter, slamming it down with Koopa up next, trying to see if he can lock down Sejiro big. Venthyr bursts is up, potentially big damage. Sejiro taking a lot of damage. Koopa might need to go for an evasion here. Sejiro getting hit with a disarm, cannot heal for a while. If with that evasion, might not be able to heal with the Frenzy Rage, at least reduce some damage. Second Koopa with that evasion, Sejiro might be going down. Koopa on the chase, leap away for Sejiro as Koopa is after him. Sejiro charging in, gouge. Could maybe Zerka Rage out of it? At no health whatsoever, Koopa ends up taking him out with a blind immediately for Ark before the Shaman can even really get anything set up. I believe the Shaman was able to flame shot Koopa as the Warrior fell. Potentially. I want to say he did. This Koopa isn't really diving to sell just yet. It's kind of chilling. At least for now. Ark looking to maybe get around the corner. Koopa isn't. Oh. I guess he picked up the eyes. That's where he went over there. But Koopa is at least going to be able to generate some call points off their Earth Elemental. The Rogue does have a lot of survivability and a very much a dueling aspect with constant evasions, constant CC. He's building up a lot of call points. Could go for a kidney shot versus Arky. Instead, he goes for a kidney shot and just trying to stay away. Maybe he's trying to build up some resources and other cooldowns. Landing the kidney shot versus Arky. That's going to be a Cloak of Shadows. Not really sure what he's burning a cloak for. Was there like a stun totem capacitor that he ended up killing? He was like, oh, maybe I'll better cloak it just in case. Gonna be that Earth, the Wolves joining in, has an evasion for those Wolves. Arky, was he trying to LE blast into Koopa without any Maelstrom? Picking up the eyes again. Koopa is not really gonna be able to escape quite easily. Does have a grapple hook. But did you burn a Vanish there? He needs to get more calm points just to make sure he has that defensiveness versus Arky, especially if he's playing the PvP talent of Float Like a Butterfly, where as you spend calm points to finishers, you also get cooldown reduction on that evasion, which is quite massive for that survivability for the Rogue. And Koopa is just looking for a complete reset, just looking to get the hell away from Arky. If he's playing the stamina PvP talent that gives you stamina while you're in combat, you might really want to stay next to Arky as best as possible. Is going to be able to go for a bit of a reset. Sap heavily DR because of the gouge from before. Arhe catching up with the full flesh craft. I think Koopa just waiting until he can get himself full defenses and offenses. He won't be getting advantage for a while. He might be getting an evasion sometime soon, and maybe off of that evasion, he might be able to make some big damage happen versus Arhe. He does need to burn through a full flesh craft and everything. It is going to be a tough situation, but maybe the Rogue can do it. Shadow Strike, actually, ambushing in the opener. Let's see, that animation being a part of Shadow Strike now. Venthyr Burst with Dreadblades, looking for make big damage happen. Quite a bit of burst with Arhe. Actually just melting right through him. Arhe can pop a wall here. Gonna be that evasion for the Rogue as he goes for a Blade Flurry. Trying to see if he might be able to cleave down the wolves. Trinkets out of the stun. Koopa might need a Cloak of Shadows here very, very soon. That Ellie Blast and Lightning Bolts could be really bad. Seeing Arhe recovering health, looking for the reset. Dora shadows away, but the Ghost was together with Flame Shock and just melting this guy. Vanish for Koopa. Blinded to Arhe, and Koopa likely still has a Flame Shock rolling. The Rogue so far is surviving, hitting that 10-minute mark at 30 to about 32% dampener. And Koopa is going to have a lot of his healing reduced over time. He needs to catch up on as much as he can. Maybe he has Mage Food. Potentially Arhe picking up the eyeball just to make sure he's proactive. Savage Arhe trinkets out of it. Gouge. Wait, Koopa can maybe make something happen. Kidney Shot. Does he have a big burst? That's going to be a Drown Rush. Maybe he can make big bursts happen versus Arhe. Has evasion backup with a Cloak of Shadows, so he's just immune to anything Arhe throws at him. Could potentially go for a disarm as well. Does interrupt him on heal. Potentially Arhe could go for a Fleshcraft. Might just want to get a Fleshcraft rolling. Does not have a way to build a Maelstrom. The Ghostos are gonna correct that. Koopa is super low in health. Arhe catching up a lot of healing. Gouged by Koopa, but he's Flame Shock with the Ghostos on him. He doesn't have much. Going for a Kidney Shot versus Arhe. The Wolves are still putting in a lot of pressure on this guy. He just doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Vanishing out. Maybe could have went for an interrupt versus Arhe. Instead, just gonna go for a full reset. This Rogue is just waiting it out until he can get himself a better opportunity to play with. As a flesh got out for Arhe yet again. This Rogue is so far surviving. I don't know for how much longer. Like eventually, this Rogue is just gonna be in trouble. That was a lot of defenses and offensive burned together. But I believe, man, he's putting in the effort, putting in the time. The dampening is gonna catch up with Arhe eventually. I mean, Koopa ain't getting that much healing either, but at least he got big defenses to work with. But eventually for Arhe, his self-healing is going to be quite heavily reduced with all the dampening, and if Koopa is playing the Wound Poison. I actually wonder, would you want to play Wound Poison here, or maybe switch to Instant Poison at this point? Just for the sake of damage. I guess there's more than one way you could go about it. And Arhe just going to wait out with a Flesh Scout. All he's got is just waiting while in Ghost Wolf. While Koopa is recuperating that Vanish. Cloak of Shadows in 30. Got Blind. Most likely has the Venthyr with Dreadblades Burst. Just to make sure he's got like a full, really clean go with the Venthyr Burst. Gonna be the ambush opener. It's gonna do a Venthyr, potentially big burst. Sunder with a stun. Koopa trinkets out of a Kidney Shot onto Arhe. Potentially Koopa can make some big damage happen here. It's going to be full Venthyr burst output, disarm onto Arhe. Koopa with an evasion, disarm and evasion, but it's going to be big zaps. Cloak of Shadows the last second. Eventually Koopa is going to either take magic damage or physical damage. Blinded to Arhe is looking for a reset with the health. Did Koopa gouge him? He goes in for a sap, he could maybe interrupt him on a heal. Saps him, keeping his health low. Wait, does Koopa have the calm points he needs? Does Koopa have the calm points he needs to make this happen? Because potentially... Got him some reroll. He doesn't have a lot of health, but he just needs the calm points. Missing that interrupt. Koopa landing Kidney Shot. Trinket out of Arhe. In the end, the Rogue does go down. Unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Trinket out of Arhe was burned, and the Blank is just looking to capitalize on that as best as he can. Gonna be no Tremor by Arhe. Instead, Ghosts were sent out, but they are gonna be scattered with a Fear. Blank cannot really interrupt Arhe unless he goes for Silence. Trying to see if he can maybe go for War Stomp. Gonna be an interrupt on that Shadow. Blank could be in trouble. Buddha the Ascended potentially has the big damage off of it. Maybe can go for Void Eruption. Greater Fate for a second, but breaks it immediately. Trying to see if he can just blast out Arhe with the Boon of the Ascended. Maybe playing for a big Mastery Burst. Gonna be the Void Eruption versus Arhe. Does get hit with the Horror Effects. Is going to be an interrupt on the Blank. Is going to have to go for a Disperse though. But no healing is going to be gotten at 53% dampening. I mean, barely any. I think it's over. Maybe the Shaman, maybe the Priest has something. Big Ellie Blast at the end. Yo, that was a long game, man. You tried to go for as long as you could. The Rogue tried to go for as long as you could. Try to survive the Shaman. But I feel like at that point, you just need to have like a perfect, clean lineup. That's about all I can think of. My keybind stopped working that time I had him low. Unfortunate. But we had ourselves some fun tonight. Boys, thank you guys so much for joining in, man. If that's all we got for the groups, that's all we done for the night. It's like 8 p.m. for my time. Dude, I gotta get some food. I've been starving. I gotta get something to eat. Thank you guys so much for joining. I had a lot of fun. Tomorrow we got more duels over for the region of NA. Watching the Alliance and Hordy NA boys joining us. Yo, thanks so much for coming by. Sentry, Pav, as well as Azel and Jester. Azrael and Jester, thank you guys so much for joining. Appreciate you boys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining for yet another wonderful, beautiful live stream. We're going to be doing these EU and NA duels Fridays and Saturdays. Costume. Yeah, I see it. If I see a mog, if you keep that mog for this next week, Archie, если ты будешь носить это мог на эту неделю, тогда могу это как его взять из как его armory. I think is the best word for it. I don't know if there's a armory, if that's a word in Russian, but that's the closest I can get it. You guys, yo, Image, your organ, yo, boys, thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you, Nemi and Namad. Boys, thanks so much for joining in, man. Appreciate it, brother. I've been looking for a log. Rogue Warrior, I'll figure it out. Yeah, those are looking really, really good, Void. I think I'll enjoy all of them, man. Honestly, this might be the patch where you might be able to play alts. I know 9.1 was kind of like maybe, but it's like, nah, after you start to figure out what shard domination should do, like, nah, there's no way I can play alts with that. But I feel like you could, because I got what? Creation Catalyst to get you set up with being able to get your, what's the word? Being able to get your tier sets back quicker. That should hopefully be pretty good. You also got, what else? Tier sets in general should be easier to get thanks to Creation Catalyst and the raid, and the fact that you can get it from your weekly vault. So being able to catch up on the character power should be pretty easy. As long as your main unlocks a double Lego power, all your ults get it. So you should be able to play your ults easily. You don't have to re-unlock double Lego on every single character from the sound of things. So yeah, should be pretty good. Still doing more duels. I'm gonna join you. Dan, today we're duels over for the EU. Tomorrow we're doing NA, and tomorrow we might go for a little bit longer for NA. You're more than welcome to join us, my guy. Tomorrow, NA duels starting 5 p.m. East Coast, ending whenever we end, which is probably gonna be like 8 p.m. I'll make sure to have a pretty big lunch tomorrow before the duels. Get plenty of coffee in me so we can go for extra long. How does that sound? I want to get my boy Chill Pills in there. I want to get Chicago, Mikey, Skills, whoever we got over on the NA boys in there. You know what I mean? Maybe tomorrow NA. Maybe tomorrow NA or EU. Tomorrow NA. Friday EU, Saturday NA. Yo, I hope you're having a good one, by the way, Dan. Thanks for continued support, guys. See you over there. Thanks for the continued support of the channel, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good one, my guy. Hope you're having a good one, bud. Hope all things are good with you. We gotta play together sometime, man. Yo, boys, thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you boys all in the next stream arena, alrighty? Alrighty. You guys have a good one. I'm gonna go eat. Peace.
Rise from the ashes.